Prime dying.
Yeah, no, really,
You
right?
watched the animated version, right?
Oh, yeah. We watched the '87 animated version. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
You've got the power.
That soundtrack's
Same.
great. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, is it? I got to make sure I'm recording. I am. In 3, 2, 1. Nope, this is the wrong tab.
Wow,
Dude, that's
that
about
was
an hour and a half, 2
Yeah,
hours.
we got
That was
about. We have another show
piercing
later, so
sound.
yeah. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Before time began, there was the cube. We know not where it comes from, only that it holds the power to create worlds and fill them with life. That is how our race was born. For a time we lived in harmony, but like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil. And so began the war. A war that ravaged our planet until it was consumed by death. And the cube was lost to the far reaches of space.
Goodness.
Cut him off there.
World Wide Web.
This is Film Sack.
Love it.
Oh, sure.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film Sack. This is Film Sack, mining the very depths of film entertainment for all mankind, and this is episode 663. I'm Scott Johnson, joined today by Brian. He climbs the first tree he sees when I take him anywhere. Dunaway.
I can't help it. I'm like a monkey upside down. Oh, hi.
Hi.
This week on Film Sack, GoBots was better. Our way over to Paramount Plus for some Sector 7 sci-fi action from 2007 that attempts to Transformers our opinion about whether we can tolerate 2 hours of Witwiki to get our Michael Bay CGI Reet-Rot Root on. No sacrifice, no slow-mo victory. Anywho, thank you, my fellow ancient alien robots who transform into land-based vehicles whose entire personalities are based on human terrestrial transmissions we received from Earth while hiding on the dark side of the moon for at least the past few decades, for meeting me now on the backside of this desert-looking building to have a giant private conversation about our next move. Okay, that's all. Let's go, bots. Shit. I mean, what's my phrase? Oh, yeah. Roll out. Randy? Or your username, ladies man 217. Your mom would like to speak to you about your masturbation habits.
Please tell me in your notes you actually type out Reet-Rot Root.
Yeah, please.
Absolutely. I'll post it in the Discord for you.
Good.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
That's freaking amazing. All right. Well done. Also with us today, Randy. He likes a bitchin' Camaro too, Jordan.
Aloha, Scott, Brian, and thank you for coming. It's 2007, as you know. Here in the mid 2000s, we really don't know what to call this decade yet. The aughts, the noughts, the singles, the hits. I think that we here living in this, the second term for George W. Bush and gosh, Tony Blair. Right now in 2007, these guys just feel like they're going to be in power forever. What's that? Gordon Brown. They're going to make a man named Brown the prime minister. Sure. Okay, whatever. I'm sure that in the future, like say 15 years from now, people will come up with the perfect term for this decade. Just like I'm sure that people will figure out how to defend against an attack from alien super robots. You never heard of alien super robots? What? Well, here's the good news. The defense against them is going to be exactly like the defense we'd put up against, say, a massive planet-killing asteroid that was coming right for us. We would do 3 things. Number 1, after 200 plus years of militarizing, we'd turn the whole project over to some non-military types. The alien super robots would never expect that. Number 2, we'd count on old school technology to do the trick. I'm sure that this thing coming at us from outer space will succumb to whatever ordnance we use on it. Number 3, We need to find a young man and give him an unbelievably hot young woman as a prize for his heroism. You'll know you've got the right guy when he takes the woman out for a picnic under a tree with Edison lights in it, and their car looks amazing parked there on a hill as they make love. Nothing weird about that at all.
No. I mean, kids. It's what kids do. It's what 29-year-old kids do.
That's right. 29-year-old playing teenager
13-year-olds.
Yeah, just regular kids doing regular kid things. With us finally, it's Brian. I wish John Voight transformed into John Voight's car Ibit.
complete with a glove compartment with a chewed up pencil.
Yep.
Bitchin' Camaro. Funny you mentioned that because I was really close. That's in my notes right here to use Bitchin' Camaro as my opening song, but I didn't.
I wondered.
Really, really close.
I wondered.
For usually when I do this, little behind the scenes for everybody else, I copy the lyrics, but I don't paste them in our group chat until after the kind of the killer hook or the jokey part. This time, because, well, I'm nice, I'm going to give you the lyrics right now before I even start the song, because there's so much to this. This goes out to the people, my uncle, who say that I try to fit too many syllables into each line of the song.
All right.
So enjoy. Here's the lyrics, and here you go.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my gosh, dude. That was a beast. Holy hell.
You brought the energy. Even after being sick for a week, you just brought the energy. I love it.
Yeah, you go from COVID to that. I don't know how you did it.
COVID to snow. Yeah, exactly.
Bounce back, baby.
Impressive.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
You ever, by the way, it's a song about racial profiling sung by a white kid who looks like he's from the most upscale part of whatever.
Canada. I think
Canadian. Is he Canadian?
Yeah. His name, his birth name
how
is
appropriate.
His birth name is Darren Kenneth O'Brien. That guy.
Now we got two Canadians. We got a double Canadian, right? Is that wasn't he a Canadian as well?
Who? LaBouffe Canadian? Is he?
No, the singer of the song.
Oh! I thought you meant LaBouffe in the movie.
That's who we're talking about.
That's who we're talking about.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about LaBouffe being Canadian.
His name is Snow. His name is Snow because he's so freaking white and he's from Canada.
Yeah.
But his birth name was Darren Kenneth O'Brien. That's your rapper.
Yeah. And
That's
a
awesome.
rapper.
Love it.
And a little Brian in there. I like that.
It's like Shaggy Light is what he is.
Shaggy Light.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other hits?
Shaggy Zero.
That's the only hit we got from that dude, right? There's nothing else.
Yeah, that was it. He made a couple appearances on other people's songs, but this I think considered a one-hit wonder with Informer.
Well, it's a perfect mix because we're here to talk about Transformers. The first movie from Michael Bay, 2007, was almost. It was because of a date change, but it was 2 inches from becoming the first Nerdtacular movie that we ever did.
Oh, wow.
Instead, we went with the much more high-quality Spider-Man 3, which I'm saying that jokingly because I actually like Transformers more than Spider-Man 3. But anyway, it almost happened, and so I always think of this movie when I think of that. But we're going to let Fake Fletcher explain what the hell this is. Here you go.
Transformers! An ancient struggle between two Cybertronian races, the heroic Autobots and the evil Decepticons, comes to Earth with a clue to the ultimate power held by a teenager. No.
All right.
Get a little bit of
Where's
accent
the British
there. I'm not
accent
sure
coming
what.
from?
I don't know. You said it last week, Dibbit. You said, is he turning more British? I think you might be right. I think something's going on there.
Nailed it.
He's developing that 1930s Atlantic.
The mid-Atlantic thing. Yep, all the actors had it.
I need to get a correction out there, Scott. We sacked Spider-Man 3 during COVID.
We did here on the show for sure.
We sacked it, but Nerdtacular was.
Yeah, it was when I was doing when I just did movies like up till 2010. So we had so it went should have been Transformers, but it went Spider-Man 3 in 08. It was Dark Knight, which was awesome. Dark Knight was a great choice, and then Star Trek the next year. That was fine.
All right,
and then 2010.
That was fine.
I heard you. I really feel like I heard you. I wonder if anybody in the listening audience heard you say that we sacked it at Nerdtacular. And our first Nerdtacular sack was Tremors.
No, I said we watched it at Nerdtacular. Okay. That's all I said. So it is Transformers. This is not the last of these movies. It is the only one I've seen, with the exception of Bumblebee. I loved Bumblebee, but I've never seen any of the others because they were so maligned. I just didn't have the heart to do it.
How have I seen something of the
I've seen
moon?
all of them.
Dark of the Moon.
Is that the next
Dark
one?
Side of the Moon, right?
All
Dark
side
Far.
of the Empire.
There it is.
Far Side of the
Yeah,
Moon.
perfect. Nailed it.
Frozen Dark Side of the Moon Empire is what it is.
It's
Yes.
far side. Shit, I have to look it up.
Okay, I'm going to just give you the list because this is like we'll probably
Yeah,
sack these over the next few years.
All right.
So just like get ready.
Okay.
We just did 2007. The next one is called Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh, right.
And the third one is called Dark of the Moon.
Okay. And Revenge.
Fourth one,
that's
Transformers 4 is
right.
Age of Extinction, and Transformers 5 is The Last Night.
right. And then you got
That's
Bumblebee.
the only one I haven't seen.
Then you got Bumblebee, and then you got this new Beast Wars one. They're
The Beast one, and
Beast
then
one.
the current one, which comes out in about a month and a half, is Transformers 1, the origin story of the Transformers.
Bumblebee is what this movie should have been.
Oh,
Because
every
I was-
Transformers movie should be Bumblebee.
I agree.
But I mean, growing up on the cartoon itself, the TV series, I was like, we mentioned it at the top of the show. I was like, they're playing too old and sexualized. It was all about, this friendship that was developing between the robots and the kids, and the parents are stupid, which they kept. But then, this over sexualized thing. I'm like,
No, they don't. Listen, this movie, well, it assumes A, that you grew up, but B, the other assumption it makes is that what we cared about back then was the kids, and it's not.
Well,
it's never been about the
right, and-
humans.
well-
This is about robots doing robot shit and doing it as cool as possible. And when they do that stuff, this movie's pretty cool. The minute they decide, it needs to be comedic, and we need to have LaBouffe yelling no 50 times as he runs down a hall, and they need to break the freaking, the guy's yard to pieces, and ha ha ha, oh no, what are you gonna do, Dad? Like, that's
They're
shit.
hiding, and
Hate
Can we
it.
talk about, just for a second, I don't want to break, but do we have anything else we need to talk about before we talk about, sort of get deep into the movie? Because I would like to talk about Shia LaBeouf and why he has very similar traits to Harrison Ford characters that rebel,
He absolutely does.
but it
Yes.
just doesn't play like Harrison
Well,
Ford.
and-
For some reason, it's like Harrison
Wow,
Ford. I'm
almost
like,
like- LaBeouf should play Harrison Ford's son at some point.
Yeah, right?
yeah, I know, and that's why I was so excited about it at the time when that came out, when Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, when that came out, I was pretty excited because I thought, oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf is kind of that character.
Yeah.
But why does it fall flat? It's like it doesn't go across the finish line for some reason for me.
Yeah.
Do you guys have an idea?
I think
Why?
he's actually a really talented actor. I think he
Oh, he's
just
great.
comes off as there. I can't explain it. I try to separate the real life stuff where he's erratic and kind of a weirdo and all that. But and
The do it video, the just do it video. It's hard not to think about that anytime you see Shia LaBeouf.
yeah,
So what-
great
I
point.
think what you've seen so many times in so many different like movies and television shows and so forth is an actor who is a young man and often pretty good looking, and he's ridiculously charming. There's apparently hundreds and hundreds of these that come into Hollywood, and they're just ridiculously charming. And what the stories always do is they always try to convince you at the start, this guy's kind of a dweeb, and then
Yeah,
the charm overcomes it as you go.
Mhm.
The problem with Shia LaBeouf is that he is a dweeb that is too convincing from the start.
Mm.
And everything he does, you're like, oh, what a dweeb. Wow, this feels like it's being played by a dweeb who's like the best of the dweebs. And then when the time
The search
comes
results
to-
for dweeb just went up like 1,000%. By
Sure,
the way,
right.
I wonder how many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when the story has to convince you actually this guy's really charming, you can't go there. He doesn't have it for some reason. He's missing the gene that convinces you that he's charming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
think
just-
maybe also another thing too is whenever I see Harrison Ford, whether it be in real life or the characters he's playing, it always feels like there's a moment of reflection at the end that occasionally he stops and questions himself and goes, am I, I'm trying to control everything, and I'm being rebellious, but I'm also trying to control everything around me. And at the end of the day, he seems to have regrets, right? But it seems like LaBeouf even at the end of this movie where he's like, he gets the girl and he's having the thing, and I'm like, cool. I can feel that in the next 5 minutes he's gonna be moving on to the next girl. He's like,
Oh,
he
really?
has no
Oh,
moment of reflection. I feel like his character is gonna immediately move on.
Well,
to the next
I
thing.
see. This is my problem with the series, and now that I think about it, I've seen parts of 2 because I remember, what's his name?
Mark Wahlberg?
No, Jesus from
Jesus.
Oh, Turturro.
John Turturro. Thank you. I remember him being
Yeah.
he's now like a disgraced ex-agent, and he for
Sector
some
7?
reason he was like
Yeah.
working in a restaurant or something. I remember this part, and I remember us jive talking car. Like a little car, and so I kind of have very
They killed
vague memories.
Jazz.
I've seen
There could be
parts
no
of
more
it,
time talking cars.
but my point is, like, he didn't come back. So what gives me the impression is he's the thing you're talking about, Dunaway, because he didn't come back and revive his role. He just was like, I'm out of here. Had he stayed, I believe he would have stayed with her and would have been loyal. And, you know, like, I buy his nerdy, nebbish, like, commitment. I just think
I mean, they didn't give
part.
Megan Fox's character much room to live or grow either. I mean, she even admits it in the movie. She's like, I'm shallow, and it's like, but she's got a lot. The character itself,
Yeah.
when they start explaining the backstory, you're like, oh, we could go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I just don't think she's. How do I put this? I'm not trying to be
In the
rude.
same league as Liz. I mean, come on.
I don't.
mean,
She's
it's the
not a
classic,
great.
there's
She's
no
not
way
a.
she would be with him.
She's just not a great actress, though. Is my biggest problem. I think she's. I think she's fine. I think she's. I mean, she's gorgeous. Nobody can deny that. Although
She-
it's gotten a little weird lately. But
Moments of, like, when it was being revealed her background, you know,
Mm.
that was some pretty decent acting.
don't
thought
know.
that was pretty decent.
I don't know. I'm not. She.
But that's not the way they
It
were
was only
selling her.
good
That's not the way they were
in comparison
packaging
to
her.
everything we'd seen earlier in the movie. I don't think it was good because it was good on its own. I think it was
Right.
This is man, I'm blanking out again. Our audio is clipping out again.
A little bit.
Oh no! Oh
Here-
no!
just
You
a
sound
little-
good on this side.
Sounds fine now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's I think in comparison, her scenes where she's, well, I've got a juvie record and my dad's in jail because I wouldn't rat him out and blah blah blah. I think that's actually where the good acting comes from, is in comparison to everything you saw before.
Yeah. That's a
So
good
Michael
point.
Bay I think Michael Bay really pushes I think he does let his actors move a little bit and breathe a little bit, but a lot of times it feels like he steers them into a direction of shallowness. Every time it feels like every time they try to reach a little deeper into their characters, Michael Bay goes, no. This is all just shit I'm making up in my head. It feels like he kind of goes, now pull it back a little bit. Well, let's just keep it shallow.
I mean,
Oh,
it
see,
is
I-
his whole entire thing. Even though there's movies he's made that I love Armageddon, and I love The Rock. The Rock is one of my favorite action films of all time. But I'm not going to tell you that they're deep or there's
Right,
No,
right. That's
they're
the-
money
it's-
makers,
it's-
baby.
Yeah.
You're talking about Michael Bay's greatest strength and also his greatest weakness. And that is his willingness to tell all the stories. And what makes in my greeting this morning, I was comparing this to Armageddon. It feels a lot like Armageddon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what I love so much about Armageddon, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time, is the fact that he tells all the stories. You meet a huge cast of characters, and they all get some fun stuff.
Yeah.
You get to
Even
see
the
it, you get to
mom.
hear it. Yeah, and then this movie has all that. So what is Bernie Mac doing in this movie? Having fun. He's not
Having so much fun.
necessary. It's
Mhm.
not, you don't need to know the story of this guy having his used car lot blown up, but Michael Bay thinks that it fleshes out the movie, makes it whole, and he's right, but it's his weakness because the whole thing is a mile wide and an inch shallow.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. And
love
it's
it.
funny because once in a while, that's what I want. And
Yeah.
this movie, again, because I've seen so little of the next ones and only a piece of the second one, and I'm nothing of the others really. I don't. How do I put this? I want the Michael Bay where somehow there's synergy between the emptiness of it all and the spectacle of it all. Because there's one thing this movie does really well, and that is effects and action. That stuff holds
Right.
the hell up. Like, you look at this in 2007, and it's been a while now. It looks as good as anything does now. Like, the robots, the way they transform. And I know, like, look, I don't want to get into any fights with any Gen 1 fans out there. They're like, they need to be boxy and have the normal sound. And I understand. But putting all of that aside, because I love Gen 1, I'm a huge fan. Put all that aside though for a second. The representation of these robots when they're at their finest in this is really something. Like it's massive and insane, and nobody quite does that like Michael Bay. But when you're that good at that, maybe you just can't do the depth. You can't get the meaning or the.
And it doesn't
yeah.
sell. I mean, how do you sell tickets? Because Michael Bay is definitely a profitable director, right? You can bet on him and that money's coming, whether
Usually
it's critically received or not.
Usually.
So yeah. And so I love that. So yeah, why not go shallow? Why not throw some popcorn in my face? And
I mean, it
and
is
watch a stupid
Transformers. It
Transformer
is
movie.
toys, right? The things were invented to sell them.
It is Hasbro.
Yeah, they
Right,
don't.
I
They
mean-
didn't make. It's not like we can go look. As much as I love Gen 1, I'm not going with people into the past where I say, "Oh, Gen 1 was an artistic endeavor that was." No, it wasn't. They were trying to sell toys. That's like saying He-Man was like a theatrical marvel or something.
Right.
And
This,
by
but see,
the way-
as a Micronauts guy growing up, if I would have seen this,
That's right.
before I
That's
did
right.
as a Micronauts guy growing up, if I would have seen this movie, it would not have swayed me to buying Transformers instead of Micronauts.
Right.
I mean, if I was a kid, I might have. Like as a kid, this
No.
would have blown my effing mind. I would have been like,
No opinion on
maybe.
GoBots. Ibit, no opinion on
No,
GoBots. Nothing?
no
All right.
opinion on GoBots.
"Oh, I have an opinion on GoBots." You don't want to hear it though. Dunaway and I've had this
I've been
before.
different to GoBots.
Yeah, the GoBots, they're fine, but they're not Transformers. I mean, come on, they're not.
Look. I've joked for a long time trying to make Fetch a thing. I'm trying to make the battle between Transformers and GoBots. It did not exist. All right, GoBots was definitely it's the thing you still watch though. It's like, oh shit, there's no Transformers on. But at least there's GoBots on. Let's check that out. That was kind of, if Transformers wasn't on, sure, I'll watch GoBot.
Yeah,
I'll watch Scooter.
yeah.
I'll watch Scooter.
You watch Scooter. You're the only person I know
I
that
watch
even
Scooter.
knows their names. That's amazing.
Yeah. Nope. No idea.
Yeah, I look.
You know
yeah.
the GoBots names like I know the Spice Girls' real names. That's
Right,
where
right.
the parallel is right there.
Yeah, they're fine, but I mean, they're nobody making a GoBots movie. That's all I'm saying.
So they've been talking about a GoBots
No, they're
movie.
not.
There's
That ain't
been-
happening.
Yeah, there's been discussions.
Who?
Yes.
You in the mirror or what?
Yeah,
Where-
me. No, yeah, me talking at night. It's like, we're gonna make that GoBots movie, dadgummit.
Yeah.
We're gonna show them finally the power of the simple transform.
I don't think anyone ever makes a GoBots movie. I'll just put that out there. That is not going to
I
happen.
can't wait for you to be wrong.
All right, we'll
I
see.
can't-
It's you've been right for a long time. They've had a lot of time to do this. Here's the thing. A lot of us grew up on Transformers, and I'm talking about specifically G1 Transformers. We grew up with these toys and comics and the TV shows, and it is very difficult to not think about it all as you're watching this movie. Like the movie starts like all good Michael Bay and Orsi and Kurtzman movies with an attack, and you're like, you're like the very first thing you're thinking if you grew up with Transformers is who's this attacking, and it's Blackout.
Yeah.
It's Blackout.
Is that Rawhide? Who is that?
Yeah.
I see a Transformer.
It's-
By the way, before we get too far along, there was already a GoBots animated movie. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Do you know who Margot Kidder was in there? Roddy
really?
McDowell, Kelly
Really?
Savalas,
Margot Kidder.
trying to-
Michael Bell.
You trying to impress me and make me scared?
I'm just saying. No,
Yeah.
I'm just telling. I'm just
I'm
giving some
afraid.
love before somebody writes in who's a diehard GoBots fan and rips us a new one.
I
need
mean,
to-
yeah.
I have to ask a question of Scott and Dunaway.
Okay.
What
Do it.
was your first Transformer? The diecast toys. What was your first?
Oh,
Transformer?
I had. Okay, so I'll go first. Back in, oh gosh, I don't remember the year. It would have been during Gen 1. They made a version of Optimus Prime that would transform out and be fully articulated. And I bought that version, and it was large. It was about 12 inches, like the size of those old G.I. Joes. And I took that with me everywhere in the car.
Okay. Did it have the long rectangular trailer?
No. Well, if it
It's
did,
just
I
cab.
might have done like the cartoon and never used it.
Okay. All right. The long
much to carry
rectangular
around.
Yeah.
the wrong rectangular trailer was called Leaders in
Yeah.
Generation 1, and the
Okay.
one with the sort of short dumpy trailer was called Action Masters. and that sounds like that's the one you had.
I probably did. And look, I'm not here. I think Optimus Prime is one of the great characters of all time. I love him. However, that trailer's stupid. It's always been stupid. He never used it for shit, and he didn't in this movie either. He rolls up in it, but then as soon as he transforms, very coolly, I love how the way his tires lock when he
rot root.
Yeah, rot root,
baby,
and his tires go and like stick together, and there's like all that cool articulation. Like I'm a fan of that stuff. But where's the trailer? Where is it?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's where he keeps his weapons.
Swallowed up. It's his butt.
Yeah,
Dunaway,
that's where he keeps his weapons and stuff.
Dunaway, do you remember your first Transformer?
Absolutely, dude. When it came along and some of the first things I saw from Transformers, I had to have Soundwave. Soundwave was my favorite. I had to have a little tape deck. You could shoot the little tape out that would turn into the bird.
Yeah.
How mad are you then? How they treated him in this then? Because he's that stupid.
I was not
gremlin.
happy, and I wasn't happy how they treated Starscream. My second favorite. I always felt like Starscream had the most. His character has the most growth throughout the stories and things when you kind of look at the comics and the old cartoons and stuff, and he was always one of my favorites. But yeah, I was very disappointed how they treated Soundwave, because they had an opportunity. That could have been a little more boxy, but I'm not a big
Soundwave wasn't in this movie.
He
I'm
is.
sorry.
No,
Soundwave
he is. He's supposed to be that
The
stupid.
spirit of Soundwave.
It's not even the spirit of
was in this
Soundwave.
movie.
It's that stupid effing
Frenzy.
frenzy.
It was Frenzy.
And that was their decision was like, oh,
So
let's
dumb.
do
Should've
that.
just called it Soundwave.
And here's what they should have done.
Yeah.
You know what? Make Frenzy one of his
two characters.
make him one of his little robot friends that poops out of his little deck in the front. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like Ravager and what's the other one in the cartoon? Anyway,
Yeah.
the dog.
And I just want to point out, I only know it was Frenzy because I looked it up. It could have been Rain Dance or Laserbeak or Beast Box or Buzzsaw. There were so many.
Yeah.
I'm serious. There were so many.
It's like they were
Autobots
trying to
and
sell
Decepticons.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did so.
Mhm.
They did. The
They
job
sold a
was.
lot
I
of
mean, I don't want to. We shouldn't diminish this or at least we should mention it. This franchise, we could probably find the number, but this is a multi-billion-dollar franchise in money making. They did so well with these movies and continue to. Even that last one, which I don't think performed as well as the others, but it's still made them money. I think this means we're going to see Transformer movies forever. The part of me that wants more Bumblebee quality, I think might be screwed because they had an opportunity with the Beast thing and that didn't happen. So I don't know what the solution is. I don't know how to fix you, Hollywood. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
And judging by the trailers, we're not getting it for this Transformers 1 thing that's coming out in September either.
No.
Yeah,
But that looks interesting. I'm interested in seeing how those characters interact.
Well, it's
And
also
younger
such a-
age
to
before
watch it
everything
with
gets
you
bad.
guys.
Yeah, with us. I'm
Yeah.
going to see it in theaters with Van because he's a Transformers nut. But
Oh,
but it looks like, it's a fully CG, more kid-friendly thing. Not one of these.
Yeah.
It's not live action. And so because it's not live action, I think it maybe is in a different category. Like it fits somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that
It's
is.
fine.
And I just want to mention Hasbro here because my God,
Hasbro.
they have been the consolidator of all the stuff, all the properties.
Yeah.
I just like Hasbro owns My Little Pony, Nerf,
Yeah, it does.
No, actually, I own My Little
Dungeons
Pony.
and Dragons.
Yeah.
Right.
They own Monopoly, which is a much bigger franchise than I thought until I looked it up. They own this, right? No, yes, they still
They
own
do.
Transformers.
They do
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And Play-Doh. They own Play-Doh.
Yep. Can't wait for the Play-Doh
Wait for
movie.
the Play-Doh movie.
Yeah.
I would
Start
actually
right
with that
thinking the
you
same thing.
laugh, but that actually would be an amazing movie. Stop
How?
motion too.
Hold on.
Man. Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on.
Oh,
What would your story?
It all takes place in the Fuzzy Pumper Barbershop.
Dude. I mean, it's like it's the epitome of childlike imagination. I mean, you could,
But
you
how
could
do
go
you-
any
what's the plot?
direction.
Yeah, give me the plot.
Okay, so let's kind of run it. We want it to be stop
guess-
motion or simulated stop motion, and we want it to be, they could be anything. They could transform essentially
you've
into
got
anything.
a point, actually. If they can make a plot with the Lego movie, they could make a plot with a Play-Doh
And
movie.
Yeah.
absolutely, and then in and out, or what we want to call it, in and out. What's inside out.
Oh.
That's a
Inside
totally
Out.
different movie. The in and out.
Yeah.
movie,
In and
that's
Out
great.
is
But
the
Inside
one of
Out-
them's rated X, but yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Right.
Yeah.
But Inside Out is kind of a good template for this because, that's all about just, making whatever you want to out of emotions. And Play-Doh is the same thing. It's a blank canvas for imagination. You could go anywhere with the Play-Doh movie.
I mean, you
You
could
wouldn't-
start. You're right. You have blank slate because there are no characters associated with it. You
Right.
just have the barbershop idea. You have stuff squeezing out the back. Somebody curses your toy, and now
You
suddenly
got the little
you know.
You got the little weebles that you can squirt the Play-Doh hair out of. I mean, there's plenty of fan service that can go there. So.
The terrible death
Oh, the
scene where
weebles.
one of them dries up into an unmoldable
Exactly.
crust.
I'm feeling crusty. He slowly starts getting crusty and flakes off. It'd be great.
All right, you've
Why
done
did
it.
you leave me
you
outside?
might have something. Yeah.
Call
Oh, no,
Michael
I'm
Bay.
I'm getting lost in the couch cushions.
Call Michael Bay. He's ready. He's ready for his close up for this one.
You could mix the colors. It'd be a whole, a social commentary. It'd be great. It'd be
Oh,
great.
wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think I'm going out on a limb here.
Play-Doh's gone woke.
I know this is probably not going out on a limb, but I'm going to say that I think the best Hasbro adaptation so far for me has been that D&D movie.
Battleship.
No,
Oh, yeah. No, the one from a couple years ago.
Yeah. yeah, I love
Who
that
did
movie.
Battleship?
Well, I mean,
Is
I
it- it's not
know
Hasbro, is it?
Parker Brothers.
Parker
isn't it?
Brothers. Yeah, unless they bought them and I didn't hear about it. It's possible. Who knows?
Boy, it's so funny. I mean, I know D&D is owned by Hasbro now, but it's calling it a Hasbro film is like saying that.
Man, that is the most off. That's like the most hands-off thing that Hasbro
Yeah,
owns, right?
it
It's like,
kind of is.
hey,
It's
we own it, but come on.
Oh,
Go on back.
big news. The Battleship was originally Parker Brothers. All of that got bought out by Hasbro. It is currently a Hasbro
Oh,
product.
So
I thought it.
Still,
I couldn't
still
remember,
not
yeah.
anywhere near as good as
No.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, not even close.
No.
Although I kind of like that movie, but I don't know why I do.
I'll give them props for actually making a kind of a weirdly interesting film, even though it has nothing, to do
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the actual.
Yeah, there's
stupid
something
game.
about it that works, and I can't remember. Oh, that was not Michael Bay, but the other guy that makes action movies I like. Friday Night Lights guy.
That guy.
Oh, he used to be in Hot Dogs, the ski movie.
Yes.
He wrote.
Right.
He's
He
made.
was in that
That was
Fire
a
in the
deep cut.
Sky. He got abducted
Yes.
and something shoved up his butt by the aliens.
Well, different character, but yes, he was in it.
It
that's
is
right,
the
yeah.
fun trip.
Shit. Anyway,
Shit.
I want to
We
call
could
him
look it
Fred.
up, but we're not gonna.
I don't
We're gonna
want
let
to.
you yell at your,
I'm lazy.
We're gonna let you yell at your radio. Hey,
I'll
back
look
to the
it up.
movie. Josh.
Peter
Peter Berg.
Berg.
Berg. Peter Berg.
Oh my gosh, Peter Berg. All right, sorry.
Got it before I looked it up.
Sorry, Dunaway, you
Back-
were taking us somewhere.
All right, back to the movie itself. Josh Duhamel, wherever his name is, Duhamel, the guy who played at the very beginning, Captain
Fergie's
Lennox.
ex. Yes.
Yeah,
There
Fergie's
you
ex.
go, Fergie's
Let's
ex.
call him
I
Josh
would've-
Duh.
Duh, Hamel.
Josh
The
Duh.
Hamill.
The
Josh the Hamill.
Man,
The
I would've-
Hamill.
I really wanted to stay with his character and Tyrese. I wanted to stay with those characters.
Yeah.
I was disappointed when we fell back to the
Well,
Louvre.
that I'm glad you said this. I literally wrote this down. This should have been a great big military film and leave it
Yeah.
there. Pure military. Stay out of the kid. Get out. That's all stupid. Stay
So
away
let
from
me
that.
let me repeat my hypothesis and make it clear. I think that this is a Kurtzman and Orsi movie, right? And they
Right.
previously wrote The Island for Michael Bay. I think they base their writing of Michael Bay movies on his previous movies.
Mm.
I think they looked at
Yeah,
Armageddon and asked
Yeah.
what works, and then they just copied it, like they did copy paste of the
Yeah.
the scene sequence and how you approach these different characters. There's no way in reality that the U.S. military would turn over any operations to all these young people. Like
Sector 7 might.
as soon as that base in Qatar gets attacked, which by the way was White Sands, New Mexico, it looked amazing. As soon as freaking military people are dying, they're all those young people in the room. They're all kicked out. They have nothing to do for going forward. It's nothing but military.
But
Mhm.
Rachel Taylor, Anthony Anderson. But
I agree. I love it. I love it. I love this movie. I need you to know. I'm sitting up and laughing my head off at Anthony Anderson. I'm just saying
he's so funny.
it's really hard. Like as it goes, you're suspending disbelief and it kind of shows some cracks.
Yeah, I agree. I like some. I mean, I know your movie needs to have some humor, right? That makes sense to me. Like you got to inject humor, and I think he does okay with with Tyrese humor and some of the stuff, some of the stuff at the base, you know, or the mountain with the giant cube in it. By the way, if you can shrink, oh, you know what makes sense? If the cube, what's it called again? I forgot the name.
Allspark.
It's the
Allspark. If the Allspark
we don't know where it came from.
If the Allspark can shrink down to something that LaBouffe can hold in one hand from the size of
Right.
like 4 skyscrapers, then
Why not
Optimus Prime's trailer can shrink down and fall and go into his bum, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
That's
Good
assuming
comparison.
that the Allspark distributes that in the same way that occupies the cube, right? Because I mean,
Well,
it's supposed to
right.
empower those things, right?
Right, but watch what it did. Like as it would touch things, like the vending machine came alive, and the guy was
Right.
carrying a radio, and it came alive, and the phone, and all that shit. I mean, it's got.
I want to talk about that because I wrote it down because it's like one of my favorite things about this movie, and that is when the Allspark brings a piece of electronics or any piece of metal, really, when it brings something to life, that new life is shooting. It is like immediately aggressive. It is like life that is killing everything around it from the first breath, and I just think
Which
that's
is great.
really fun.
Mm.
I don't know
It's
why.
great because it's great because it really it drives home how evil, how evil he is. All technology is based off, the Iceman. I don't want to call it Iceman, but yeah. So all modern technology that we developed was based off
Yeah.
of him. So that's how evil
That's-
he is.
Retcon
And so-
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
It is
exactly
such
what I
a-
was saying. Wow, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, some
Awesome.
retcon bullshit is what it is. And you're not wrong. It's to sell toys. Like, it's hard for them to
Yeah.
actually do this. The reason that Bumblebee works so well is they quit worrying about that. Instead, they just focused on,
Yeah.
well, what's the
Story.
relationship? What's the
Bumblebee
characterizations?
has all the charm. Everything that LaBouffe lacked, Bumblebee brings to the table.
And
He's the
Bumblebee
other-
actually enhanced this movie because Bumblebee is technically in canon and also took place a couple of decades before. So
Right.
Bumblebee is more, when he's getting roped down and taken by the government. In the first time I saw this, I was like, okay, I don't give a shit. It's just freaking Bumblebee. What do we care? But that first movie made that it made him a little more sympathetic than I was
Right.
expecting. And that's to the credit of that Bumblebee movie. Now, why they can't capture that again and hire that director again and hire those, it's like, take it out of Bay's hands. Well, I guess the new one did too, but that didn't help them. Anyway, just know what matters most. And what matters most is the characters of the robots as much as the people. When you start to understand that, it's awesome.
And fan service.
And it's
Where's
yes,
my giant
and fan
gun?
service. Exactly. You got to have all that shit. Now the thing
Where's
with
where's my giant Megatron gun?
well,
I was so pissed
so I was
when
reading
saw
about that. Here's the trivia about it.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is it?
It's dumb. It's a dumb idea. Is the reason why. It
Well,
transforms into a gun.
It
Real,
is
it's
dumb.
stupid.
It is dumb. The original gun was modeled after the Walter PPK or whatever it's called, the Bond gun.
You got it.
Like, why are you doing that?
Yep.
And also, Soundwave, I understand why he's trouble. He's a giant Walkman. I understand why that's a problem. But you could have taken him. You could have said, well, he came out of an MP3 player or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
whatever technology they want to mimic, they can do. They just have to touch it or see it or absorb it or whatever they do.
Yeah.
A big conceit
One
of
on
this
an iPod.
movie
Yeah.
is that everybody's a Chevy, and I get it.
Somebody's Chevy paid the most money.
Right.
I got you.
Everybody's a Chevy.
Yeah, but I mean that's just how this movie goes. Everybody is a Chevy,
Yeah.
and I'll bet you even Optimus Prime. So Optimus Prime was a Peterbilt 379. I'll bet you that is related to Chevrolet somehow.
Somehow they own part of
Right.
them or something.
Got a Chevy
Right,
engine
because
or
it's
something.
because it's
Right.
like really pervasive, and you have to just forgive that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't you can't come in here and go, no, he was a Volkswagen Beetle, god damn it.
Like, I love they did that. They were Bernie Mac was trying to sell him the Volkswagen Beetle,
Yes.
and it's like,
Yeah.
and then the modern Bumblebee takes it out. I
Well,
love that.
and it
That was
doesn't hold up
like
like
fan
it doesn't
service.
hold up very well because the first movie, he is a he is the bug.
Right, yeah.
Volkswagen.
Exactly.
Or not the
that's-
first
But
movie,
that's
sorry,
supposed
the
to be,
Bumblebee
but that's
movie.
supposed to be like a prequel, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, but
Right.
my point is like it kind of kills the joke because you're like, well, yeah, he was that for a long time, and now,
Oh,
right.
You know what I
and
mean?
I just want to make sure that I note Barricade for some weird reason isn't a Chevrolet or or like
Yeah.
Pontiac GMC product. For some reason,
Well, that's because
Barricade
he's the other side.
is a Ford
Because
police car.
Well, he's supposed to be flying, right? He's not supposed to. He's not supposed to be ground.
Well, they have some.
They're not supposed to have any ground.
They
got
have
a
some
few
guard.
grounds, I
No, they
know.
have a bunch
I
of
know.
grounds. They totally do.
I
We're gonna
know.
get. I'm just
I know.
staving off the emails because people are gonna hear that and go.
They're gonna,
I'm
we're
sure.
gonna get some
I'm
emails.
sure.
Yeah, they had lots of ground stuff.
Yeah.
I like the cop
This is
car.
the
That thing's
danger of doing
badass.
something this deeply rooted
Yeah.
in nerd culture, right? Yeah.
The helicopter's pretty cool. The guy that
I like the
yeah.
generic white guy that it projects.
Yes,
That's my favorite.
mustache dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
automatically hologram
So great.
some.
So I
Yeah,
looked.
sure.
So I looked it up. That dude is an actual military pilot, and they used him
Yeah.
because the government gave them full free access to some stuff. Like they were
Access.
working with him.
Right.
And one of the deals was, well, we want to make him look like we want this sinister guy in the car, but we don't know what to do. And they looked at this actual pilot there at the base, and they said, "Can we use him?" And he's like, "Well, I'll do it.
Right. They pointed at him. Get him.
Get him."
I want that guy right there.
And so, according to
Perfect.
trivia, that guy was all in, and he was perfect for it.
He
Yeah.
was perfect, man. I loved it. It was so dead, right? It's
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
you describe something that was human but dead,
Yeah.
that's the guy right there.
You almost could have hired the Tom Banachek, without the character, Michael O'Neill, the actor who played
Oh yeah.
the head of the secret group, this S7 people.
Sector 7.
Yeah.
You got to call it right. Sector 7.
I love Michael O'Neill.
People get upset. People
That
get
guy is
upset.
great. If you've never seen, like Seabiscuit and Outer Range,
Mhm.
he's the judge in that.
He shines here.
He's
right?
awesome.
He's
yeah,
our thread.
and I think he's in a few of these
He is.
Bay movies or something. isn't
Oh
he?
yeah.
Yeah. What John? What? Who's John?
Oh, you talking about the character, or are you talking about the actor?
The
who
actor.
played?
He's in. I think he's in a few Bay movies. I don't think this is his first Bay rodeo, as far as I know. But I like that guy a lot. I could watch him.
Yeah.
Chew
He's
gum.
always a position of authority, and he has 0 Fs.
Yeah.
He gives
Yeah.
0 S to give.
There must have been some amazing competitions for casting in this movie, because this movie has everybody. The cast is stacked from top to bottom. I'm just blown away. Like, even just the voice actors. The voice actors list is insane.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it's really impressive, and you might not really notice because all the robot voice actors, like their voices are all messed up, right? So
Modulated and stuff.
you might want to look up who plays Megatron, because it's not Frank Welker, and it's like, really, Hugo Weaving
Hugo
is
Weaving.
Megatron? How did they do this?
It was very controversial at the time because they're like, well, if you could get Peter Cullen, why aren't you using him? But he ended up coming back for subsequent stuff. So Megatron, and maybe it's not 2, but the 3rd one and 4th one, I think, are Welker's back, I think.
I can't believe they didn't get Scatman in there.
Scatman
some
Crothers.
jazz.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Really?
That's
Scatman?
Darius
Oh, yeah, the
McCrary
original
plays
stuff?
Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's Eddie from Family Matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a good cast.
It's,
love that.
it's fine. I mean, and Scatman Crothers was Scatman Dead Crothers in 07, so you couldn't have hired him.
Wasn't
if
it
you wanted.
27? Was he in
Makes
07?
a lot
I
Jack
didn't
Nicholson
think
in The Shining.
Yeah.
Right. Kill him.
Yeah, don't you remember the axe to the gut as he walked in?
Yeah.
Killed him.
He had the shinning.
It's the shinning.
So, but hold on a second. So this is my one other complaint. This may be just an IMDb complaint, but maybe this is also how they did it in the credits in the theater. But the voice actors do not get top billing. They get they're way down this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Give them
and
some love, man.
And the one who had to do the most work was Reno Wilson as Frenzy. He makes so many funny little sounds that whole movie.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It's really funny that
You're
there's
saying
a man
funny
at a
with quotation
microphone.
marks, right?
Yeah, you
Right,
don't
right.
mean like laugh out loud
Yes.
funny, I assume. Yeah. Because it sucked. I hated that character.
Really was.
Well,
really
I would.
was
The
distracting.
the
and
noises
horrible.
didn't
Yeah.
suck. The implementation possibly sucked.
Well,
I'm with you. It was a
That's
little
all
bit
it's all I got
over.
though. You know what I mean? Like
So-
all I have is their implementation. I have nothing else to
Yeah,
work
right.
with. So sure, I guess it's that. But
I mean, I can't think of what noises he could have made that I wouldn't have been like, oh, this is just why does he have to make these like Roger Rabbit style noises? Oh,
It's too bad. It's too bad they already used the Bumblebee has to use the radio to speak gimmick, because that would have been
Yeah.
perfect for his
By
character,
the way,
right?
where do you find Star Trek on the radio? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
He has access
Well-
to the airwaves.
I guess so.
He's
Okay.
got-
You know what?
Okay.
Hey, tell me
Anything.
about so if when you re-up for Sirius Radio, Sirius XM, do they have like a ton of like dramas and crap, or do they do TV audio? Because even that sounds like a stretch. I think if you're gonna lean in,
TV audio that I know of, yeah.
if you're gonna lean in,
music and
all you
talk
should
shows.
do, even though it's Kurtzman and he humps Star Trek Daily, I get that he loves it. I think that they should like have been more true to like, here's a little piece of an FM guy saying a thing, and here's a little bit of a song
Yes,
to say something, and
right.
just really lean into
I
that.
think, well, there was there was of course hand waving, but apparently they're supposed to have been monitoring Earth transmission for decades or whatever, and so he maybe had a hard drive full of things he could pull from.
Well, that's a good
Modern,
point.
by the way,
Just
modern Bumblebee
live.
can only pick up podcasts, so everything he said is brought to you by
Right.
Purple Mattresses.
It's all Squarespace
Brilliant.
talking points and purple
Right,
mattresses.
exactly.
That's amazing.
Blue Apron.
all of the residents of Cybertron are just really hung up on who to register their website with.
Yeah. And how do we I need an Audible book. I need a month of Audible for free, please. Julie White, can I just give some praise to Julie White, who played his mom? She made me laugh. She was the most genuine
great.
comedy in the entire thing. I loved
Yeah.
her. I thought she was great.
Yep.
And they gave her character plenty to do and say for the role, so it was they kind of dipped into it a little bit. It was fun.
Yeah. She
And
comes
well,
back.
The scene,
Yeah, go
scene
ahead.
at the bedroom door is funny. Don't tell me that you like.
Oh,
I just think
absolutely.
What,
It's just-
are you masturbating in there? That
Oh,
one you talking
it's
about?
funny. It's legit funny.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So-
Her delivery makes it just
Yeah,
perfect.
for sure.
That's what I mean.
And her
She's-
end credits thing, I think, was the best we see of her. But it's a bummer that her IMDb says known for and lists 3 Transformers movies and the Nanny Diaries, because she was incredible in a very short-lived sitcom called Go On, which had the late
Oh,
great
yeah.
Matthew Perry as
Right.
going through therapy, or maybe he was going through
Was
therapy,
that
but he kind of
HBO
falls in
or-
love with the therapist. No, this is a terrestrial
HBO.
TV. It was
Oh,
one of
was
those rare instances where a really, really good sitcom.
So Bumblebee would have had access to it. I got you.
He would have had access to it, yes, and so he would have
Right.
known who the mom was.
Yeah.
And Julie White is a stage actress. She's been nominated for 4 Tonys, and she won a Tony for The Little Dog Laughed. Same year as this Transformers movie.
Yeah.
What do you do with your Tony?
She's also,
Mhm.
I mean, she's been working in TV since '86. She's very busy.
Forever. Yeah, she's.
Mhm.
But
like,
I thought
is
she
the
was
person you
legit
call
funny.
when you
Great
need the
comedic
clueless
actress.
mom.
Yeah. She was legit funny in this, and I thought Kevin Dunn was funny. I can take Kevin Dunn in certain doses.
Doses.
Yeah, I really like him in Dave, the movie about how we'll never have the
President.
kind of presidency that'll never exist.
Boy, but I was really buying that he was the dad of Sam Witwicky.
No, he's really
It
good.
Really felt
Yeah,
Yeah, they
felt
did.
true.
And can anybody name the other 3 movies we've sacked that included Kevin Dunn?
Oh gosh, let me think. Hold on, I want to
shoot, I
guess
know.
before I look. I think of Dave. What
can't
else do I
think of
think of? Was he in the one? Oh
I've seen many things, but I can't think of anything that we've sacked.
shit! He's
Nope,
in an episode
I
of
guess-
Seinfeld. All I can picture is him sitting and talking to Seinfeld in the freaking restaurant and losing his mind.
Oh,
Mercy.
yeah.
Mercy. I can't.
He was in Veep, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yeah, like a regular
That's
role
all I
in
can
Veep.
think
He's-
of with him. Yeah.
He's got this bog standard character, and it's perfect in this movie.
Mm.
And he plays it the same in everything else. He was in
Sure.
we sacked him in Ghostbusters 2. He was in Godzilla, the 98 Godzilla.
Mm.
And
No, that's okay.
that same year
That
he was in
makes sense.
Small Soldiers.
Oh, we did
Oh,
do Small
oh, sure.
Soldiers. That's right.
Yeah.
Did
Yep.
we do Snake? We didn't do Snake Eyes. He's in that.
We need to do Small Soldiers again. I think we should.
No, we don't need to do it again.
No, never again. Is what you mean.
Twice.
No,
Twice.
what you mean is never again. Is what you meant to say.
No, I'm sorry. I guess it was a
Finals.
typo. You cut out when you
Yeah.
said never again.
Yeah, we think you said never, so we're gonna stick with that. This is interesting. Peter Cullen, who said was the original voice of Optimus Prime, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie, his voice does a lot of heavy lifting for me, because hearing him talk in this way is like a piece of my childhood, and it actually gives me shivers. Like that intro we played today, I get tingly.
There's a
So good.
little did he always have a little bit of a Liam Neeson thing kind of going, or am I hearing that, or is that kind of new for this film, or what?
Well, here, let me play that a little bit again.
Before time began, there was...
I guess, there's an age to it for sure. Like it's gotten older.
Yeah.
And Peter Cullen is of Irish descent, according to his biography.
Oh,
Interesting.
really? Okay, so that might.
I didn't know that.
So what you're hearing there is the Irish.
Yeah.
I got you.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, anyway, he described the role as
Give
slipping.
me back my son.
He says, "I've slipped. It's like slipping it back into an old pair of very comfortable shoes that you haven't worn in a while," and was grateful to the fans for wanting and bringing him back. And he's done it since. Like everything, not everything since. Some of the animated shows are different, but all the movies are him. So that's cool.
Also, according to his biography, he went to the National Theatre School of Canada while his brother went to the United States Marine Corps. And when they got back together after that experience, he studied his brother to develop the voice of Optimus Prime.
Oh wow!
Really?
Don't mind me. I'm just watching. Go ahead.
Yeah, you keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Please pass the potatoes, he would say. Yeah, he's awesome. There's another bit in here. Michael Bay originally wanted an Apple iPod, which would have still been kind of at its peak. This is the year. This is the year the iPhone got announced, by the way, 07.
That would have been smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He wanted to use an iPod for the demonstration in the AllSpark chamber, but Apple CEO, according to this, again, we could maybe throw a little scrutiny on this. Hold on.
Scrutiny.
Apple CEO Steve Jobs, still serving at the time, objected to the use of one of his products, so a Nokia cell phone was used instead. Now,
I feel like that's probably true. There was a lot of Nokia on screen through those years, so I could.
yeah, but
buy
Nokia
that.
was usually doing product placement, getting paid for it. So I don't freaking know. I mean, Cisco had a really
Nokia
stupid
didn't want
looking.
none of this, right? Evil Nokia. They don't want that.
Well, Nokia.
Evil from Finland, Nokia. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
At the time, Nokia was heyday. I think.
Notorious. Yeah.
No, they were just having a moment. Like they were successful.
Yeah.
It's before,
Yeah.
and this is before smartphones came and ate their lunch. And Microsoft bought them and ruined it and all that other shit. But I had a Nokia in it would have been 07.
Oh, we all had Nokia, right?
Yeah. I mean, for a while you had Snake. Remember Snake? You play a little
Oh,
Snake.
do I remember Snake? Of course I remember Snake.
Not a Nokia owner, Ibbot? Had
I'm
something
playing it
else?
right now.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever owned a Nokia. I had
Really?
I had Trio, like the
The Palm
I
Trio.
had a Palm Trio. What did I have before that? I definitely had some sort of
What a
flip.
nerd.
Sidekick?
Yeah.
Did you do the Sidekick? From,
No, never had a sidekick. I loved that though.
Well, if you ever owned a Nokia, you'd know it because you'd still have it because it would still be operational.
I had a
yeah, it is.
I had two
Maybe I did have a
Nokias.
Nokia.
I had two
Right.
Nokias. One was a 2000 series, one was a 6000 series, and I'd never needed the second one.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
really?
why I got it.
You could try to throw it away, but it would just come back. It'd
Yeah.
never die. Yeah.
Here's I found here, listen to this. Let me see if this plays. I don't know if this will work. Here. No, that's not it. Oh, maybe the Nokia
It is
tunes
a
may be
Korean.
based
I'm
on
in
it.
Paris watching the Olympics.
Oh, that is a great.
That's funny.
Great.
Yeah, it's
That is great.
based
Yeah.
on some guy's old song, I guess. Crazy.
Hey, Ibbot, what'd you
is
think
that
about?
really?
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
So the Nokia ringtone
Right.
is a cover? Awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a cover of a guy named Francisco Tarrega, and the song is called Granval.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they just take a piece of it, obviously, but
Just obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were about to ask me something, Dunaway?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what'd you think about the Strokes shirt that LaBouffe was wearing? Did you think it was legitimate? Do you feel legitimate?
Yeah.
Think you listened to the Strokes?
I'll bet Sam Witwicky could not name 5 Stroke songs. That is the
Poser.
requirement if you wear a band T-shirt.
Yeah.
I secretly
gotta
want to
name
ask
5.
you name 5
Okay,
songs.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna try, and I've tried to name 5 Stroke songs before 2007. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you
that's
can just
even-
go down,
oh,
go down the
challenge.
list from that incredible album. Is this it? That's such, and that's
This
there's
It?
a
Okay,
title
all
track.
right.
Yeah.
All right, that's one. And there's a song on there called "Someday" that they played
Yes.
a bit.
Uh-huh.
I'm out. That's it. I can think
And I'm done. I take my shirt off now. and-
Wait. There's a song on there. No, I'm out. Never mind.
Is that was Reptile on there? Is dee 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 dee.
Oh, looks like we're all losing
that's from Room on Fire.
losing our Stroke shirts. We're gonna have a Strokes.
Reptilia is from Room on Fire.
Reptilia. Last night, she said.
Yes, that is on Is This It? Thank you.
That is on This Is It.
I don't remember
Soma.
any of that. I got to go back. That's great.
That's such a great album.
The thing is, Sam Witwicky is supposed to be cool,
dude.
Yeah.
right?
He's supposed to
No,
be.
no,
No,
he's
supposed to
He
be.
thinks he's cool.
He's supposed to be a reminder that you are cool, but you don't know it. You know what I mean? Or like you're. How do I explain this?
He's a rebel. I mean, that's what the idea, right? He definitely plays a rebel here.
Not really
He's playing by
rebel.
his own rules, and he takes everything far too seriously, and that's a dangerous role to play.
I don't know about
when you're
rebel. I
playing
think he's seen
far
as
too
a
serious.
nerd by all the jocks. I mean, they're all treating him like he's a nerd.
Well, he is a nerd. He's selling stuff on
Right.
eBay. He's a nerd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's also got ambition.
Hear that, eBay sellers?
He's got-
I don't know.
you're now just speaking directly to the AI.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's right. But I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out what the archetype is. Is it like, can I relate to it? Was I like this at all? Like maybe insecure, but also a bit of a hustler. You know, he's trying to sell this stuff, and it's trying to squeeze a better grade out of it so he can get a better car. But he's also nervous around the girls. Like it's and in some ways it's kind of unique, or it's at least a less than stereotypic portrayal. So I'll give him credit.
Same year, 2 months later, after this movie comes out, we get a movie with some teenagers, 20-somethings playing teenagers, that really, really fleshes out these archetypes. And that movie is super bad. And the two that get it to a T are Michael Cera and Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Oh, Michael Cera will transform
these-
green.
But do you see what I'm saying? If this had
right,
been
right.
Michael Cera, you've got the same exact problem.
All right.
Which is-
Hell yeah,
which is the-
dude. Hey, give me a thumbs up, dude.
Do you guys hear that?
Where are we hearing that?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought it was you guys.
No,
I
because
thought
I
it
heard
was-
that before. I was like, what are we hearing?
What
we've
is
got
that?
666 coming up soon. Maybe a 666 talking to us from the future.
I don't know. Oh, freaking! I left the. Why is Netflix doing? Hold on, not Netflix.
It was Scott
YouTube.
all along.
I didn't know it. This tab is. Sorry, I should have muted the
The
tab.
sounds were coming from your.
Was that
browser
the
whole
banana
time.
bread sound?
I don't
Were
know.
we just hearing the banana bread sound?
I mean, the tab's
What's the
closed
banana
now,
bread
so
sound?
I have no idea. What is that? What's the banana bread sound?
it's a guy who goes, "Hell yeah, dude! I got some effing banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah! My mom told me if I wait for things, like good things will happen to me, dude." And you guys,
I've never heard
Not-
this.
Never
not
heard of
that
this.
that's just not that that's Randy's entire personality, but yeah, that's Randy's.
I just learned what
Banana
hot
bread
Cheeto was
sound.
this morning.
Oh, you did?
somebody
Wait,
tell me.
No, I'm
you heard the
kidding.
please.
banana
I was
bread
gonna say,
sound.
please tell me that's true because I wish I was you if that was true. I'm so sick
You
of that
are
shit.
Sam Witwicky.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's the
discovery.
truth.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that's interesting. Megan Fox as Michaela Baines gained 10 pounds of muscle to be more compatible with, quote, the action scenes.
We're
Okay.
compatible with them.
Yeah,
I can see
the-
that. What
yeah,
she does get her moment later on when she's driving Bumblebee down this. That's pretty cool. Hooking up Bumblebee to the back. I'll drive. You
No,
shoot.
dude, that shit is cool. Like, I'm not. That's the thing about this movie. There's some really cool stuff in it. It's just give me
There's a lot of scrutiny in the trivia though in this for this movie. for
Oh
sure.
yeah, big time trivia across the board, right?
Yeah,
Like-
by far
And
the
nobody correcting anybody.
No.
the piece of
Right,
trivia
no.
that I've seen in the most places, and I want scrutiny on,
Mm.
is it just everybody lists that Howard Stern was asked if he wanted to play Frenzy. No, he wasn't.
Oh,
You're
What?
you're just looking at Michael Bay and thinking Michael Bay looks like Howard Stern.
Is that
Yeah,
real?
This is not.
hilarious. Really? That was in the trivia. I missed it.
It's all over. Everywhere you
Oh,
look at
geez.
trivia for this, it's got Howard Stern, and it's like Howard Stern isn't a voice actor. He doesn't do funny things. Now, if you told me it was the guy from Police Academy, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a great
Winslow?
idea."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is how conspiracy and everything else ends up.
How
It's
big
like,
are your
hey,
boobs, all
This
right?
sounds like right.
Real quick here. Sorry, just noticed. Josh Duhamel, or is that that's how you say it?
Yeah,
Yeah, Duhamel.
duh. We
Duhamel.
determined duh.
He's
Duhamel.
not. A lot of these people came back. He was in last night, the Transformers
yeah,
update in 2017. 10 years later, he came back.
He's
The
great.
mom was in 3 of these. It's just LaBouffe. He's like, I'm out. I don't want to do this
I got
anymore.
this.
But LaBeouf,
I've got
LaBeouf's in
Indy.
the second one.
Is he?
I'm sure of it.
No. She's in it, but he's not, I don't think. Hold on. Let's get a definitive here. So, all right. I take it back. You're right. He came back for. Is that the one I guess I haven't seen? Oh no, he's in 3 of these?
We will sack them someday, and
Sure,
all
I
will
thought
be
he was
known.
All right. I had that.
I was going by what
I have a
Scott
thing
said.
in my head that's totally wrong. I thought he bailed on the first one and wasn't
A
happy
lot
with
of mileage out of the Wit Wiki.
Yeah, more than
Yeah.
I thought. Okay. So, but when did Marky Mark come and go? I think I saw a Transformer or whatever.
Was like 4?
Here I'll
that
look.
right?
Okay, Revenge of
Because
the
I mean, it was kind of
Fallen.
like it was
Yeah,
almost
so
like
was-
a soft reboot when he came along, right? It was kind of like let's switch stories.
I was expecting him to be in this one, honestly. If you would have asked me, is Wahlberg in this one? I would have said, oh yeah, of course he is.
Is it Dark of the Moon? Yeah, I guess no. I'm very confused. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'm sorry. Can I just say something? Transformers.
Absolutely, Scott.
Transformers Dark of the Moon has the following cast. All right, this is insane. Tyrese Gibson comes back. Josh comes back. But then you get Patrick Dempsey, Francis McDormand, John Malkovich, Alan Tudyk.
Wow.
Dr. Ken is in that for some reason.
All of these people never saw the first movie.
Buzz Aldrin playing himself. Wow. All right.
Bill O'Reilly
Wasn't
playing
until-
himself. We'll do it live.
Wasn't until 10 years ago when Transformers Age of Extinction came along that we got our Mark Wahlberg, which, like I said, was kind of like almost like a soft reboot.
Yeah, and then
Oh wow! And Nimoy does the voice of Sentinel Prime.
yeah.
Optimus
Well, he
is,
also he did
Yeah,
the
that.
didn't he do the 87 something in 87
did
as
he,
well?
Did he do a voice in the
Yeah,
animated?
gosh, dang it. Let me see if I can find it. He played. Where's 87?
See, I watched
here?
all of these as they came out, but I never went back and really rewatched them. I don't think I rewatched any of these after I watched them the first time.
I can't
Except
find
Bumblebee.
the
I watched
87
it about 4
movie.
times.
Why can't I find the 87 movie? Shit. Well, anyway, yes,
Type in 87.
it didn't work. I can't find it, but yes, he returns. But is he doing the same character? I don't know, but he was definitely Nimoy was definitely in it, and that old animated thing. We ought to do it on here. We should do that.
Oh my
Oh, that'd be
God!
great.
Yes, please.
I love it.
We've talked
I
about
think
it several times.
somebody actually sent us copies of that, and I got the one bootleg copy. You guys all got actual copies of the Transformers movie, and I think I got a duplicated DVD or something.
Really? I
I've
didn't
got
know
mine
that.
right here. I don't remember who sent them to us, but I pulled it out yesterday because we were watching this movie, and I wanted to see if I had a Blu-ray copy of this movie, and I don't, but I do have the animated version.
I cried as a
the
young
fourth
person.
one, or Age of Extinction has Titus Welliver and Kelsey Grammer and John Goodman, Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, see, they don't. The thing with
Different direction.
these movies, though, it's like, here's an amazing cast, voice and otherwise. Here are this is top of the line effects work. Nothing gets better than this. How about we have a half-ass story that really doesn't take advantage of it? That's how these movies hit me. It bums me out.
I just really want to defend the story. I feel like it's got everything I want in this movie. And like I say, it's because I get to find out a little bit about like why the garden is so freaking important to Sam's dad and like all the stuff. There's like a real relationship here. Again, inch deep. But between Anthony Anderson and his grandma, because there's jokes about how grandma runs the house.
But we already did that earlier with Bernie. I was like, why are we doing this same joke again? We should have left it out of the first one.
Oh, there were
just let me back.
two grandma things. That's right.
Overbearing grandmas. We all have the same experience. But I did love his dog Mojo and their conversations about who's the pet, and that kind of stuff. That was fun.
Yeah, and it feels like in the construction of this film, which you do on paper, right? You write a script. It feels like someone from the beginning knew I've got a Chihuahua with a freaking cast on its leg, and that thing is gonna play a role. It's not a big role, but it's there, and you love it.
Do you think they added the cast? Like, do you think they found a dog like a Chihuahua? They had a Chihuahua that just happened to have a cast, or did they put a cast on an existing Chihuahua? And PETA had no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that get written in, or is that or because there wasn't a lot of use for the medicine. It's like, is that going to play a bigger role? Is he going to, take the medicine? Is something going on?
It'll
The
be like
glasses were in the cast the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They never really clarified it. They never clarified what
I
they
did enjoy this. I
Yeah.
think there were written some stuff that was supposed to be maybe he was taking drugs, because when he's getting interrogated by the guy, who's the guy that plays the guy who's interrogating him, tell him to go ahead and go for his gun
That's,
and all that stuff.
isn't that the-
this? That
Isn't
was
that
pretty
the
good.
dude from Office Space?
I'm trying to remember his
or
actor's
not
name.
Office Space. The guy that says I'm going to take your stapler.
Oh, Stephen Root.
No, not Stephen Root.
What? No.
Root's the guy that gets the stapler taken.
Is
But
it Zach Ward?
Yeah.
No,
Hold
that's
on.
not right. He's military.
Who played Harvey Birdman, attorney at law? It's the
No, that
same
was
guy.
Zach. Oh, Zach Ward did a great job too. I enjoyed watching him get destroyed. That was fun.
Here, hold on. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Oh, God, this is going to annoy me. He was also in Veep.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my!
that whole
Gary
scene,
Cole. Is it Gary
I
Cole?
enjoyed.
Oh, Gary Cole. Yeah.
Was he the one
Yeah, I
that
enjoyed that
interrogated him? I think he might have been. Let's see. 2000. Oh my gosh, could stuff be harder to find today? What's going on here?
We got a lot of actors, man.
Okay,
We
07.
got a lot of actors.
I take it back. It is not him. I don't know who that was, but he was great.
I don't know. I can't remember who it is. I recognized him, but he was great trying, and watching. That was actually when he was really shining. I think LaBouffe was really shining in that moment, being
Yeah.
interrogated. That felt
When he asked
Good
him if he was
reacting.
on drugs or
Good
whatever.
acting.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
LaBouffe can act. He's not like he's a bad actor. Things like
Yeah.
Fury and that Peanut Butter deal. I haven't seen it yet, but I keep hearing he's great in that.
Oh yeah.
Peanut Butter Diaries or whatever. What is
Peanut
it?
Butter Falcon. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly.
butter
You know what I'm
diaries.
talking about.
My wife's
Before we
watching. My wife's watching Vampire Diaries again, and I keep putting diaries at the end of everything. Sorry.
Before we
Anyway,
get too far away from the dog, I want to give you my piece of completely invented trivia.
do it.
So this is my invention that I came up with while watching this movie.
All right, go ahead.
And I also watched another Michael Bay movie yesterday, just so you understand.
Oh Lord.
So Michael Bay does this thing, and he does it all the time. In Armageddon, Eddie Griffin's dog attacks a dude selling a bunch of toy Godzillas. And this is because Michael Bay saw a trailer for Godzilla and realized it's going to come out around the same time as his movie, Armageddon. So he has a character sort of in the movie literally attack a Godzilla, just because he thinks that's fun.
Yeah.
He thinks it's great.
Yeah.
I believe that while making this movie, Michael Bay saw the first trailer for Walt Disney's Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
The Chihuahuas.
Yeah. and I think that he put a cast on this dog
Yeah.
specifically to hobble that.
Mm.
Hobble.
like,
Oh,
it was a
really?
cast. It was a casting joke.
Oh,
I
I
got it.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
because
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna.
really does.
Yeah.
The dog really does look like the George Lopez character in Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Like it looks like the
Yeah.
exact same
Yeah.
character. And
Right.
like, so you differentiate, they make a bling around the neck joke, which is, if you see the trailer for Beverly Hills Chihuahua, you know that they care about the.
So
how
you're
cool their
saying
collars
Michael
are.
Bay is petty?
Yeah,
I
that's what
gotcha.
you're
Yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah. And he's got a wicked streak of confronting and being in conflict
Right.
with other people making movies.
All right, I'll give you one of these then.
Love it.
We'll give that a little scrutiny.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
think-
it's purely invented. I can't get over
Yeah.
that he's making this movie when we all see the first trailer for Beverly Hills Chihuahua and we're like, wow, that's weird. What are they
Right.
thinking?
Well, check this out. According to Megan Fox, she was attending a Linkin Park concert when it was over. The band met her personally. This had been way before Chester died, right? Yeah, way before.
Yeah.
And stated that they heard about the live-action Transformers film and requested whether they could have a song of theirs in the film, and thus what I've done appears in the closing credits. I don't think it works that way. I think
Sounds
No.
legit.
I think maybe
Hey, if
she
Megan Fox
totally-
comes up and says, "Hey, can you put my friends in your movie?" Yeah. Sure.
Also, Megan Fox is not a star at this point. This is her star-making role. Up till this point, she's done
Right,
stuff, but
right.
no one knows her. So I don't buy this story. That sounds like shit. You know what I mean? And I actually really like that scene. I like how it closes. I think Linkin Park was a great choice. Optimus Prime
Oh,
singing
for
his,
sure. Yeah.
doing his narration, looking out in the valley. It's all great. But
We are more than meets the eye.
they did a lot of that.
I can't get over
I love
how
that fan service.
Yeah.
I can't get over how right right this minute, Megan Fox is only 38 years old.
Yeah.
She's got 3 kids. She's had 3 children.
She had them all. She had them all with 90210 guy, right? And then now
Brian
she's
Austin
with,
Austin Green.
right.
Yeah.
Now she's with Machine Gun Kelly or whatever her deal is.
No, they broke up.
They did.
Whatever her deal is. Whatever.
Okay. I can
What's
never
your deal?
remember.
You dating that Machine Gun Kelly guy? Is
She
that
was
what you're
just. She
doing?
was so
That's your
gross at that
deal?
award show, or she came out like, and they were just like, basically having sex on camera while people are trying to do paparazzi shots. That was really weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when you were overly sexualized. I love it.
Yeah. But she's
Masturbation.
she's great. The only problem I have with her, and I would have this problem no matter who it was, including me. Go look at her thumbs. Something real weird with her thumbs.
Does she have long thumbs?
No,
or,
here's a shot. I'll send it to you. It's probably
Oh,
even a
look here.
condition. It's probably a condition. I'm not even making fun of it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying it
it is a
unnerves
condition.
me. It makes me feel weird. Here's
Megan Fox, Megan long thumbs Fox.
one. Not even long.
What the fuck
Short.
say?
condition.
Look at those. See that?
Oh, she's got thumbs. Yeah.
Well, no,
It's
look at her
interesting.
nail.
Yeah, no,
look at her
I think
thumbnail.
Scott, you do realize
I think she's
you do realize
bending
that's
her
a-
thumb, and there's foreshortening or something.
No, I'm pretty sure that's just a flesh color band-aid. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I
Is this
got
AI?
no.
Was this
I'm
drawn by
promise.
AI?
I promise you, I can find you hundreds of these. She's got weird thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hundreds?
she has a condition called brachydactyly,
There it is.
and
Ooh, she's a
brachydactyly.
brachydactylus.
You got these 15 bones, right, to make up your fingers, and brachydactyly is one or more of those bones is genetically shortened, and hers is brachydactyly type D.
Yeah, you got to get that
It's
dick.
very brave for you to say that twice
Really?
and not mess it up. Brachydactyly.
Yeah,
Brachydactyly.
that's I tried. I always ask for my rice bowl without the brachydactyly. If I
Yeah, I would like
have
to know
it.
brachydactyly.
If I have the
According to-
option,
According to her biography, she has brachydactyly type D. She has obsessive compulsive disorder. She's diagnosed, takes meds, and she has often talked about having super low self-esteem.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Let
don't.
me tell you something right now, Megan Fox. We love you just the way you are.
Oh, we do. I'm
Brachydactyly and
sure.
all.
Brachydactyly and all. Yeah, I guess again, not making fun, but it's like for me, it's like the center tooth. For
I'm not
Tom.
making fun. Just pointing
Just-
out.
hold on.
that
Yeah,
your
it's
thumbs are
No. I'm saying it's like Tom Cruise's middle tooth. I just can't not see it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I mean. You know,
I have never once seen her thumbs.
I have seen
Well,
them
I
many
think it's-
times.
I think it's
now.
pretty. I think it's pretty awesome that she felt brave enough in this, whatever brave means, but anymore. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool that she put her hands up there. I mean, she didn't have to do that. She could have hid that, but in a lot of these photos,
Yeah.
you're right. You see her.
I don't
thumbs,
even
so
think it looks
good on her.
bad. I don't think it looks bad. It's just very like, oh, look at that.
It's just different.
It's distracting.
Yeah.
Or not distracting, but different.
It's hard not to
It's
see it.
it's our imperfections that make
Especially-
us look beautiful.
That's right.
And I think one of the hardest things is that we're getting hit so much with AI right now. And anytime hands look weird, we can't help but to look and go, what's going on with those hands? Did AI do that? I think AI
Yeah,
is here.
totally.
I think it's watching me.
It's usually more fingers though, or less fingers, or a split finger. AI is the worst, man, with hands. It just doesn't know what to do with them. Like most artists, we struggle. Hands are hard.
Right.
Here's let's see. Here's another one I don't like. Here's another trivia thing I don't like. The Transformers possess such a rich level of detail and complexity. It took ILM animators 38 hours to fill them in a single frame of the film. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I
It
think
means
38
that,
hours
thank
of
God-
rendering time that they didn't actually have to
Right.
do anything. is
Yeah,
my guess.
That's the exact
Thank
sentence.
God we
It
got-
doesn't make sense. I hate
Now,
it.
see,
Yeah.
this is the right use of AI. Instead of having some artist go through all of that
Sure.
bullshit
Yeah.
to render this, it's just like, you have the robot do it to make another robot. That makes sense. Let's do
Too
it.
bad they didn't have any of that Starscream tech.
Yeah, right. No
That
kidding.
Starscream stuff that bothered me with how fat they made him. They made him too flat. He was.
fat shaming the
Jeez,
Transformers.
fat
I
shaming them.
apologize. I
Ooh,
didn't say
send
fat, but
your
I was trying to
emails
say.
to-
I was trying to say flat, and I said fat. Slip. Sorry.
No, he does. He's
flat
the point is,
shaming
He's
the-
got a weird. He has a weird wide frame. You're totally right.
Starscream,
Yeah,
I love you
yeah.
just the way you are. Don't change.
Yeah, don't be different. And there
Hey,
wasn't near enough
Starscream-
infighting either. Those two need to be always at each other's throats. That's the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starscream
Yes.
Megatron
And
thing.
they only showed it for just a second because it's like at first I was like, oh no, he's going to turn into a gun and shoot him right here and it's going to be all over. But no, they just
Nope.
little tiff and they kept on going. Iceman.
He never changed
tru-
his form. He always stayed with his Cybertron form.
True story. Starscream was my second Transformer, and because Starscream was a Decepticon, that little jerk Justin Madden stole him from me and destroyed him.
Oh, Justin Madden. Have you looked him up on
that's some
Facebook to see what
bullshit.
he's doing now?
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah.
I
Is he
have.
in jail?
Is he in jail?
He has been. He has.
Has he really?
Yes.
That's
Ooh.
great.
Yeah, so your
This
school
is
bully
not,
was in jail too? Sweet.
Yeah.
I can't say that for sure.
Yeah.
My school bully, Carl Eaglehoff, definitely has been in jail. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Eaglehoff.
Nice.
Eaglehoff
Did you say
sounds
Carlene, what?
Carl.
Carlin
Oh.
Eaglehoff.
Eaglehoff.
You've been.
I still have my first Transformer. I think it's in my kids' room right now.
Aw.
And that was Red Alert. Red Alert was so freaking cool in the 80s.
Yeah.
He was a he. Do we say, yes, we do. We say he.
He was a he.
Red
Yeah.
Alert was a Lamborghini Countach police car.
Nice.
That's so
That is
freaking
just
rad.
I thought it was so freaking cool.
Yeah. You ever want to
I
have
remember-
so
I
I had
remember-
a go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I remember the Astro Train because he almost made me infertile.
Whoa.
My friend threw him across the yard at me while I was sitting down, and he hit me right in the nuts. And that thing came in like an Astro Train. It was not good.
It came in like an Astro Train.
And let's be really clear. If you don't know, it was a purple train engine.
Yeah, it was a purple train, and he was a triple transformer. He's one of those ones I think that transformed into two different. Besides robot, also transformed into two different types of vehicles.
Well,
But
also-
So he was a
sleek.
He was a
Right.
locomotive. He was a robot,
Yeah.
a locomotive, and a space shuttle.
Right.
Yeah,
But wasn't
that's right.
that
Yeah,
the
yep.
Transformers
Yep.
that were trains were from an anime from Japan only, right? But then they made toys here, I think is the deal. But they never showed up in like they were purely in Japanese that was weird. I remember as a young person going, well, wait a minute, where'd this train come from? People are like, oh, it's some Japanese cartoon. I'm like, well, shit. But then other people would say, well, Gen 1 is a Japanese cartoon technically because it was all produced over there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to make of all of that because it was the 80s and we didn't know shit about nothing. So
I loved the Constructicons. Did you guys have those?
Yeah,
Ones that
dude.
Like they could transform and they become even something bigger. They were
I
purple.
don't know
and
what the
that
hell
neon
you people
green.
are talking about.
Oh,
I-
Brian, they're so
Micronauts.
cool. He's
I
over there.
want to tell you about my triple. My triple transformer was Broadside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Broadside's
Triple
a great one.
transformer.
Broad,
I think I had him too.
Broadside was a plane and a
Right.
robot and a plane, but also an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Right.
right.
And
I like
I,
Broadside is in he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Nah.
Broadside?
I completely ruined Broadside in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Those diecast pieces, man, they were not meant to go in the bath.
No, they're not
yeah,
tough
no.
toys.
They were not.
You lose a lot of points of articulation with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. I think that if I had a favorite, well, I'll tell you. Okay, so the other day, or not the other day, about a month ago, I got in a little fight with a 5-year-old. I didn't intend to, but Van's
Typical
really.
Johnson.
I introduced him to Transformers, and he's super hooked on them now. So I feel partially responsible for this. But he went and got some Transformer toys, and they only had. He loves Optimus Prime, but they only had Starscream. Starscream, famously in Gen 1, has the same color coordination as Optimus Prime, so lots of blue and reds.
Oh.
And so he brings it home, and I go, "Oh, what you got there, buddy?" And he goes, "Optimus Prime." I said, "Nope, that's Starscream." And he
Correction.
goes, "No." He literally looked at me right in the face and goes, "No, it's Optimus Prime." And I said, I
not
hate
so
to
much.
tell you this, but this is totally him." He was so mad at me.
You couldn't let him have it, Scott.
I
You
know.
just couldn't
I
let him
couldn't.
have it.
I was like the
couldn't let-
nerd in me would not let go, and I felt kind
My
of bad
mom
after.
let me believe that I met C-3PO for decades. Come on, man. You couldn't give until I saw the photo. It totally was not. You
Yeah.
couldn't let your son have it or your grandson have it. Come on, man.
I know. So what I did, because I felt bad later, so I went to a store, found an Optimus Prime little metal guy,
Oh,
and gave it to him, and then he fully understood that was Optimus Prime, and then the other one was, it all worked out for
No,
both of
what
us
he-
actually.
what he really did was he was like, "Fine, Grandpa. I'll take your damn toy. And he walked away.
Yeah, he just didn't want to say it. He doesn't want to hurt my
It
feelings.
was like, I'm done arguing with this boomer.
Yeah.
Is what he said, I think. Is
Freaking-
what his exact phrasing was.
and then I said,
Yeah.
that's Gen X, young man. Gen X.
That's right.
There
That's
were
Gen
so
X,
many
baby.
great options in Gen 1 to Starscream. Like you could have gotten Ramjet or Thundercracker. That was a really badass Decepticon.
Undercracker sounds like a
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper knockoff you get at Kroger.
Right, it does.
I'm glad Ibit is here to throw shade on our Transformer love.
Since I can't,
It's
I
good.
can't tell you
It's
what my
good.
first Transformer is because I still haven't gotten one. So this is where I sit, is making fun of the names of every Transformer you mention.
I
I'm
can
gonna
respect
send
it.
you one. So I'm in charge of what your first Transformer is.
Oh, that's great.
I'm the captain of your first Transformer. Look at me.
Yeah, look at
I am
you.
in control.
You're the captain now.
I'm gonna send you an old school Ironhide. I think you'd like it. It's just of a red van.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna.
It'll
I'm gonna send you a
basically be
GoBot.
a fidget toy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Send me a GoBot.
That's
Listen,
Thundercracker, by the way. The image I just put in there. He's pretty cool. I agree with Randy. He's cool. My favorite was probably not Soundwave. The other one's Shockwave. Love me some Shockwave.
Yeah, yeah.
And Shockwave never really got full, like, I've come to Earth, I'll now take the form of a boat or whatever. He never did that.
It was just a gun.
Yeah, he's basically
There,
just a
David.
walking gun, and he is such a
Oh,
badass.
jeez.
I counter Frog Pants' bullshit Transformer with some GoBots. There you go.
Is that the GoBot on the right? Does he have a goatee? Is that a GoBot tee?
It's a GoBot
Yes.
tee.
Yeah, of course.
Go T-Bot.
Yeah, because you know what? They're real bots.
They suck
They're not in
ass.
disguise.
Look at they suck ass. Compare those, Brian, to what you see above it. Tell me which is
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
Look at these-
those arms. Those arms.
They're
Let's wait till you get both in your hands, and then we'll let you make a decision.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll still decide.
I gave you now.
the way
See,
we
that's
did.
not fair because Scott sent you a modernization of the thing. So here, I'll send you another modernization. I did a bad thing.
Boy, look at
Um,
that wall of text or wall of
Right
link.
there we go. So that's a modern interpretation of the GoBots. Now see, now we have two.
Yeah, they're very
They're not the
Android.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
Well, if you want to see, okay, hold on. Gen
Why
1.
does he have glasses and eyes? Like he's a robot, right?
He's
Why are you at? Come on, we're talking about robots that transform. You're gonna worry about some glasses? That's
Why did-
Thomas.
And while we're on the subject, why did Optimus
Scully.
Prime's mouth have to move? Because he has a voice modulation inside him. Why did his mouth move?
Oh, you know what? I wrote this down. Can we talk about that real quick? I think it's a
Sure.
mistake to articulate the mouths. Now, the cartoons did, so I understand, people are holding up a legacy or whatever, but I think having them just kind of flash with lights or something would have been much cooler. Having all those
Yeah.
parts move. You don't need it. Like, what's the point?
Oh, I guess the point of it is right, so that you can show which transformer is talking, because you can see which one's mouth is moving. So you wouldn't need I like the light idea, having it light up.
Right. Okay, I found Thundercracker in his original form so that Brian can shut his hole. This is still cooler. This is still cooler than
I
the
just shared.
GoBot.
I just shared Scooter.
Each
Scooter's
of your
on there.
GoBot photos do not make me like the GoBots anymore.
That is that's OG Gen 1 on the cartoon
That's-
Thundercracker. And
That's pretty damn cool.
it's much cooler than those GoBots. Look at those.
way cooler than a GoBot. Yeah.
I can't believe IDW even
Wait
made
till I
comics.
send you a GoBot toy, and then you can compare the two. How about that?
All right.
Sure.
I'll
Yeah,
take it.
Great.
Oh, this makes me want to watch Transformers cartoons. All this talk. All right. Anything else before we dive into some clippage?
I have a guess on if anything grossed you out the most. You probably didn't write anything down, but eating a ding dong that fell on the floor.
Oh,
Just
shit.
brushing
I
it off.
forgot. You know what? Ding.
great.
You got it. I didn't write one because I couldn't think of anything super gross, but that is kind of gross. I mean, I assume
I
that
love-
room's relatively
That's
clean room, but
obviously George W. Bush's ding
It's
dong.
George
Don't
Bush,
do
yeah.
that.
Hey, see if you can wrestle me up a ding dong.
yeah, that was stupid.
I love how Air Force One in this movie is gigantic. Like it has a freaking
Right,
huge
A whole
server
kitchen,
room.
cargo space. Yeah, right.
It was a lot bigger than, like in Air Force One, I felt like that was a pretty good portrayal of it. It felt kind of closed in still. This thing felt like a building. Like they're just walking
On
around.
the inside. When
Yeah.
they get out of it in this movie, you see it from the outside, and it's a little plane. It's
Yeah.
not big at all.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like the TARDIS. Like you go in there and it's way bigger in there. TARDIS 1, they call it. Yeah.
And then I do have one that's probably just for Randy, but Seeing the guy from Animal Control, because I know you and I both watch Animal
Yeah,
Control.
that's right. That's right.
Who is it?
You watch it too, Brian?
Who's
I
the
So
watch
the
it,
guy
yeah.
who takes the call center call, the Indian Pakistani guy who
Yeah,
takes the
yeah.
call. Oh, I can
He's in a
offer
lot of
you
stuff.
this. Da.
Oh, yeah. He's
It's
from
that
that.
guy doing a very racist voice.
Oh, so he's not an Indian guy. He's like not a.
He is, but he
he's
doesn't
probably.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he was
doesn't
born in
have that
America, though,
voice.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
we-
I can never say his
Not
name.
Rizamed.
not Riz Ahmed. No,
No, we're
different
talking
guy.
about
Rizwan?
Ravi Patel.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he is Indian. Indian.
Yeah,
descent.
Ravi Patel, and he just has the one joke in this movie, and
Yeah.
and that's what it's really what I'm talking about. Like this movie, it will leave you behind to go and give you these little vignettes, these scenes and jokes and weird things happening. There's a moment early on when a bunch of kids are just activated to chase some Decepticon around. And it's
Right.
like, why am I seeing these people? They get lines, and the answer is because it's fun. It's just that
Line.
it's fun.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
We didn't talk about him, but I really like Amari Nolasco, I think is how you say his name. He played he was kind of a joke because they were always telling him to quit speaking Spanish, only speak
Yeah.
English or whatever. But I always love that guy from like Prison Break and a bunch of stuff.
He was trying to give his mom crickets. What she make? Crickets and was it gators? What was it?
Right. I can't remember. What did he say? I don't
Yeah.
remember. But he's Unjustified. He's done all kinds of little small roles and things, and he's just that guy's great.
And we've sacked 2 movies that he was in. He was in Too Fast, Too Furious, and he was in Max Payne.
That's right.
Oh, Max Payne. That's right. He was the main bad guy in Max Payne.
Max Payne. Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Or sub boss. Might have been a mini boss. I can't remember.
Might have been.
It's been a while. All right.
It's been a while.
Here comes some clips, guys.
Yeah.
These are clips.
What is that you posted? Is
Yeah.
that Micronauts? What'd you post in
That's
there?
Micronauts. That's Biotron. one of the
And you're
Micronauts.
making fun of my GoBots. Screw you.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Let's take a look at this.
actually, let's
Ooh.
give you as funny as
Woof.
dorky as Biotron is. Let's give you a shot of Microtron with his
We're the.
with
I
his
hate to say,
drill-
it, but we're the
with his
same.
drill deck.
We're the same.
Let's see.
His drill
Hold on a
deck.
second.
Wait, he has a
Yeah,
drill
let me-
deck? Dick?
Yeah, Dick.
It's not just.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
love this guy.
shit.
I love this guy.
What? Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
What? I thought you were
Pretty cool,
kidding, dude. He has
He
a
does
drill.
have a drill D.
He's got a drill D.
Drill D.
He's got big DD energy. is what he's
Yeah,
got.
look at this guy, man. Okay, well,
Where should we put the drill at? Nailed it.
now I'm convinced that
he looks like Satan's Camaro.
yeah, a little bit. But I'm now convinced. I'm convinced Transformers is cooler than any GoBots and any Micronauts. I think we're
Well, you might have something.
yeah. Well, whatever. We were all kids. We liked what we liked. All right, here is this actor.
No, we got what Grandma gave us.
That's right. Now, this guy who I'm going to play first barely shows up in the rest of this. He's a character actor that I love. I wish I had his name handy. I don't. But I love this guy. You may know him from Terminator, where he says this. If I can find it real quick. Yep, here it is.
That's great. Listen, you're a real hoot.
Remember him?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's in the
he was
he's
in 24 for a whole season or two.
yeah, that guy's he was like head of the Secret Service or something or whatever he was. He's so great. Love this guy. Here he is briefly.
Unidentified aircraft. We will escort you to U.S. SOC Cent Air Base.
Just love him. If you had a military role and you need to fill in your movie, you just call that guy and you're done. He's just great.
Yeah.
Love him. Don't know what he's doing now. Hopefully he's still around, and I'm not talking about the dead here.
No, creepy. I'm talking about the dead.
Here's something about something about farts. I don't remember what it was.
You sure she didn't just fart?
Oh,
Oh,
his
talking
baby.
about the baby. The
Yeah.
baby laughed. Sure, did fight.
No.
That was a weird scene. I don't think he's ever been a dad because he said some really weird stuff. I mean, I know people talk about pinching babies' cheeks, but he was like, he wanted to eat them. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and also, she had it while he was gone, so maybe he just doesn't know what he's doing yet. I don't know. But he also that's chick in the bucket there, the mom and the baby. We never got any closure on that.
Hey.
Oh no, we see
they just showed her
like before
real
we see
quick.
the scene of Witwicky and Megan Fox making out in the car with all the Transformers watching them.
Did they get together? I missed that.
Yeah, we get a silhouette
quick
clip
shot.
of
It's quick.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very quick.
Okay.
It's quick.
I thought they never showed up.
Not surprised you missed
It's
it.
quick wiki.
Quick wiki.
Quick wiki.
Here is the OG sound in the movie. That is old school,
Yeah,
dude.
that was so good.
Yeah, Re-Rot Root. They quit doing it. They only did it once, though. It was like, that was our little give me, and then the rest of the movie was like, we got new sounds. How about this one? This is the narrator for Civ 5. He played Wick-Wicky's grandpa in the 1800s, which doesn't really... Can we just for a second... That was an 18-something that they were showing them finding the wreckage in the North Pole or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If he's his grandfather, he's his dad, Kevin Dunn's character, way too young to be.
I think they said great grandfather.
Great.
Must
That's
be
what I thought too.
great-grandfather.
Great.
Oh, if it was great, I could see it.
Has to be.
I kept hearing grandfather, and I thought that's something's up. Did he have his kids when he was 79? Like, what the hell happened there?
Well, he was exposed to the rads, the radiation of the Iceman, and he lived long.
Maybe that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, here he is. That actor is one of my favorite voice actors. He passed away sadly, but he used to be. He's in a lot of stuff, but he's the voice he's the voice narrator for Civilization 5. And anyway, here he is.
We'll get to the Arctic Circle, lads.
If you ever play Civ 5, his narration's so good. Oh my gosh.
I don't call people lads enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call people. Start doing it. It's never too late.
Happy Monday morning. Let's get to work, lads.
Let's go, lads.
Yeah. Monday morning energy.
Here's your first nose of the movie.
No, Dad!
Yeah. There's a first. I have more of that.
Look, if you're gonna have the man in your movie, you have to let him play the hits. He has to.
Yeah.
So y'all know.
This is his greatest hit. You have to let him play it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's not getting a Porsche.
You're not getting a Porsche.
That was mean.
I like Kevin Dunn though.
It was.
Yeah, it was
And
unnecessarily
it just-
mean.
It was really unnecessarily mean, and the problem is it really punctuated for me that the character really took himself too serious the whole time. So I kept waiting for him to lighten up, and he just never lightened up.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
always
sure.
so serious, and that was kind of a bummer.
Well, in walks a much missed character or actor, Bernie Mac, comedian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said this to start.
Bobby Bolivia, like the country, except without the runs.
I miss that guy so much. He was so good.
I do too.
Never not laughed at him. And he had a fake laugh that made me laugh. So here's that.
Great.
I love that so much. All right, the sound that took down their network, and here comes John Voight to play the embattled defense secretary. Here you go.
And the only real lead we have so far is this sound. That's the signal that hacked our network.
Weird.
Wow.
I don't remember that.
Didn't have gas.
Yeah, that was weird. It's just a Megatron fart. I don't know. All right, here something about his bling.
That's his bling.
Oh, that's the mom. She's so good. That's his bling.
That's his bling.
Some more nose.
No. Come on, please.
Yeah, some more nose.
There were a lot more. It's funny because I was thinking this movie's like, oh yeah, he says no quite a few times, and that's the joke. And it really was a lot more than I remembered.
Yeah. Eventually, I stopped doing it. I've got 3 or 4 more of these, but I stopped doing it after a while because I'm like, it's too many. It's just too much. Somebody stop him.
He said, no more of these.
In fact, right away, he did some more.
I think you should. No.
All right, there's more. And then how
Try
about,
to make me go to rehab.
what's this one making fun of a bush? Oh, of Bush. I put of a Bush. I meant President Bush. Yeah.
He was a Bush.
He was a Bush. Yeah, you're right. He's one. He's a Bush of many. Anyway, here's
You
that.
get to talk. You're talking about a singular Bush.
Yeah, it could be 1 Bush, 2 Bush, 3 Bush, 4. Everyone kick the Bush out the door. Anyway, here it is.
Yeah, can you wrangle me up some ding dongs, darling?
Lame.
Wrangle me up some ding dongs,
Oh,
darling. Did you ever say that?
They just took the first person who said they could do a George Bush
Yeah,
impersonation and said, all right, you can do it.
And never showed him again. Never saw the president. Okay, chick in the bucket there. How about that? He's a good
Red
chick in the bucket.
Sox.
Yeah, Red Sox. Even more nose.
No.
All right. How about somehow more nose?
No. It's not me. The guy's inside.
Yeah, more nose. I like this left cheek business.
Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Jeez, Tyrese. Jeez, dude. Calm down, buddy.
It was wanted to know where his wallet was.
Yeah.
For the credit card.
No, that was great.
Left cheek. That's a pretty decent. Like I said, I wanted to see more of their interaction. Everything they did was hilarious. They didn't take themselves too seriously, and it was just a good time.
That should have been the movie. I'm with you 100%. Yeah. Should have been the focus. Shut up, Grandma.
Shut up, Grandma!
Dude,
Boy.
Can Anthony Anderson yell? I mean, that guy.
He's so good at it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Boy,
I loved his turn.
And it's funny because his whole thing now is his mom. Puts his mom in everything that he does. Yeah. So it's kind of ironic that one of his breakout roles was this.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And this is our first time sacking Anthony Anderson, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yeah. I looked. I'm like, oh, we've seen him before. No, we haven't. We just haven't seen him before, but we will see him again. I promise.
I thought he was in the
movies.
I thought he was in Boys in the Hood. No, do I have that mixed up with something else? What am I thinking of?
No, he was in Diablo 3.
What's the movie where he steals a TV?
Young here in 2007.
What's the one where he steals a TV? Can you guys remember? What movie is that?
Was it?
Barbershop.
No,
Barbershop. Never mind. We haven't done that.
Barbershop. We haven't seen that here.
He's great in Barbershop. He steals a TV in there.
He was in the Foo Fighters breakout video. Did you know that, Ibit?
Oh, wow. There we go. It all comes full circle.
Yeah. He was in The Departed. He's a busy boy. He gets all kinds of work.
He does a lot of TV.
Yeah, TV and movies. He's pretty busy in both. Does some voice work.
Kangaroo Jack. That's where I was thinking. We still have to sack that.
Oh, he's a detective in the new.
Don't act like you don't know what Kangaroo Jack is.
No, I know what Kangaroo Jack. I thought there was Keenan and Kel are in that too, right? Or just Keenan?
I don't think either of them are in that.
There's Jerry O'Connell and Anthony Anderson and Christopher Walken.
I'm thinking the Good Burger dude. I guess I'm thinking he was in that.
I think you mixed him up with Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, I think I am confusing with Anthony Anderson. Yeah.
Well, he was young. That was that when that happened? This was even 2003. So Anthony would have been very young. And
no, not that young.
Christopher Walken and Michael Shannon are in Kangaroo Jack. Oh,
he wouldn't have been that young. He's my age, so he'd have been. Or just a little younger.
You was pretty young in 2003, Scott.
2003?
Well, I was 33, 34. Yeah. So I wouldn't call that young.
A young man. Just a young buck.
What else here? Oh, here's one. This is, what is this? Oh, I still think the sound work is awesome in this movie, and this is some of that.
Oh, God, no!
It's the new
Yeah.
This is why it takes 45 minutes for a transformer to transform.
Yeah. Some people said this movie was too loud, but I remember them saying about Armageddon, and I say F you. I like loud Michael Bay. It's fine.
I think movies have just in general gotten quieter. I remember the loudness of movies like Twister, the first Twister. I mean, that's when we were really in the heyday of how crisp and dynamic can we make the sound effects.
Still pretty good stuff. I saw that in a better equipped theater with the new Deadpool movie, and it sounded amazing. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I miss THX theaters. Truly, real THX theaters.
Don't they exist still?
Really certified.
They still exist, don't they?
Do they still have any? None around me. How about that? I miss them being close enough that I could drive to.
I think they're still around. Dolby Atmos kind of took the wind out of their sails a little bit, but I think that was cheaper to set up. I think if you built a new theater or retrofitted a theater, you could do it cheaper for Atmos than you can for THX. I'm not sure.
I could find one right now near me. Let's find out.
Yeah, I want an Atmos in my house. That's what I want. It's not going to happen. But I want it. The first experience I ever had with Dolby Atmos was at BlizzCon 2013. 14.
Oh, right. Yeah, they were showing the new clip from the movie.
Yeah.
From the Warcraft movie.
And all the
set up a mini Dolby Atmos theater.
That's right. Yeah. So maybe it was 15. But they showed all those they showed all the cinematics in there as well. It was really good.
Yeah.
The place I saw Twister, which was certified for THX, is still a THX theater, but they no longer advertise it. And I'm guessing there's probably the same THX equipment that was there when I saw Twister.
Yeah, THX is expensive to run, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Someone will write in and tell us because I'm I don't even remember where I heard that, but someone told me that. All right, here's Megan Fox sort of acting.
What are you, like an alien or something?
Oh, that's fine.
Alien or something?
Are you like totally an alien? I will admit this gives me chills, guys. I'm going to play it now. It still gives me the chills.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
But you can call us Autobots for short.
He's the only other guy, I think, with voice credit from the original and this.
Right.
Ironhide.
Autonomous
totally OP.
robots.
Or not Ironhide. What's his name? Who? Ratchet? Is it Ratchet?
Ratchet.
Ratchet's great. He's like the...
Popeye?
That's Ratchet.
Popeye, not Popeye. I'll just play this again for fun.
World Wide Web.
That's fun to say.
Worldwide.
Remember
when you used to type in
//
Oh, I would love to hear him do a long URL like that. And not forget any of the colons or the slashes. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Colon, back whack. Hey, we would call it that.
It's like, hey,
Yeah, that's the
Optimus
wrong way.
Prime, where'd you get all those retro video game consoles?
eBay.
Okay, cool.
eBay.
eBay.
How hip was it to talk about eBay in 2007?
I mean, it'd been around since what, 99 or 8 or something, so probably not,
Right.
probably wasn't that
What's
weird.
cool
Not,
is eBay
but
looks
no one was
exactly
using
the same
them.
now as it did in 2007.
Sure feels like it sometimes.
Yeah.
I noticed their posting tools are a little better than they used to be, but they would
my gosh.
they would benefit a
The
lot
mobile
from
stuff's
like
great.
AI assisted descriptions and junk like that.
Oh, for sure.
That's one place I think you'll
Mobile
see
stuff
it.
is so easy now. Even my mom can do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The mobile app is even better than the web. I don't know why they don't keep that stuff in parity, but anyway. eBay, by the way, let's see. I just wanted to confirm this. 95, September 3rd, 95, 28 years ago. eBay.
Yeah, but nobody was using eBay in 19.
Well, yeah, because it was new. But that's like saying nobody
Right.
was using Amazon in 94 or whatever because it was new.
Nobody's using that. Just Bezos running some tests.
Yeah, that was all it was. It didn't turn into anything for him. All right, love him, I wrote.
I thought you said that thing was dead, man.
Oh, Tyrese, good. I loved him.
Meh.
Me?
I thought you said that thing was dead, man.
Me? All right, we're leaking some lube. I kind of hated the joke, but I liked how he said it.
He's leaked lubricants all over my foot.
Yeah, I get it.
And
He peed.
what's the problem? You just were in a swimming pool, bro.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
complaining about?
And
Well, that's
we know
good
what
point.
happens when you get in Randy's tub. It's not good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not good.
Get out of his tub.
That was my biggest complaint in the whole movie, was that there was a lubricants on the foot joke when this guy had just gotten into
Yeah.
a swimming pool.
Did you feel better
And I
about it
guess
when
it was this.
Bumblebee peed on him? How'd you feel
Yeah,
about
I was
Oh,
assuming that was the
it's
setup,
hysterical.
right?
that? Yeah, I hated
Yeah.
that. Hated it.
Just peeing all
Yeah.
over John Turturro's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny.
The best part of that was the little cork flying out and hitting him before
Yes.
he did.
Look,
You
that
know,
was
it's
the
hot
best
oil
part.
too.
Yeah,
Ugh,
that was all
hot
right.
oil.
Was that oil? Was that what that was? I don't know what that was. Oh, I guess
Well, hot
lubricants.
something, hot fluids.
Hot something.
He said
Warm.
lubricant.
Maybe warm fluids. You know, maybe not hot.
There you
Get
go.
out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Okay. It's pretty good. I almost did an Ebbet prom date there, but I didn't. This is the same music for every thing that Michael Bay has ever put his name on. I swear to you, this soundtrack is just lifted from all of it. So here's a taste. Colonel Hummel out from Alcatraz, out or whatever. Like it doesn't matter what movie.
We have
Crimson
to send you
Tide.
up to the asteroid to blow it up.
Yeah.
Are we doing
it
soundtrack
worked.
grade right now?
No, but you can can say stuff. What do you want to say?
It's Steve Jablonsky's best score. Period.
Really?
Top
Okay.
of the list.
Really?
It's mind blowing to me. Like I start up this movie yesterday and I hadn't seen it in a very long time. I'm just like, oh my god, I forgot.
Okay,
this
well,
is so freaking great.
All right, I'm not going to argue with you about that because I actually agree that this is of these things.
Appropriate.
It's appropriate, but also of his stuff, this is probably his best. But I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't feel like he's pulled pieces from every other thing he's ever written, or even that others have written. Like
He has a style.
He definitely has a style, and it's immediately apparent, and it's also very Michael Bay adjacent. Like everything Bay does, it feels like it has the soundtrack. And Bruckheimer movies in general, they all sounded like this. Crimson Tide sounded like this. So I don't want to bash it because obviously it is good, but I feel like I'm hearing 5 movies mushed together. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, and Armageddon was Trevor Rabin, and he also has a lot of the same style stuff. But what this movie sounds the most like to me is The Island, which is also Steve Jablonsky, and I love. and I can't help myself. There, like the way the music moves in this movie, it like takes you along with it. Jablonski did a bunch of the music for Desperate Housewives, and I always felt the same thing with that show. Like the music was taking you places.
Early Hans Zimmer,
Where we
similar,
going,
right?
music?
Wouldn't you say Hans Zimmer kind of similar stuff early on? Like,
yeah, this is not dissimilar from what's the
Pirates
Hans
of the
Zimmer?
Caribbean, or
Right, or was it Hunt for Red October?
Oh yeah. There you go. And let's see. I always forget he did Iron Man. That's great. Curious George. What the hell happened there?
That's actually a decent movie.
Curious George, don't climb on that thing in the museum.
Damn it, Curious George, you're so curious.
By the way, Steve Jablonski scored movie that I really want to sack with you guys, directed by Peter Berg, is Deepwater Horizon.
All right. I watched that and liked it. I would see that again. That's Peter. Yeah, like you said, Peter Berg. It's got Marky Mark in it. It's very good. What's his name? Kurt Russell's in it. Very good also. And it's based on that actual oil spill BP thing that happened.
Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, a good movie. Good. I like the Peter Berg disaster movies. He did the Boston Marathon one too, whatever that was called. I like that.
Yeah, that was okay.
The only thing I didn't like about it is
it was
kind of
Transformers in it, but
it was kind of an amalgamation of characters. I don't like when movies do that. When it's like there were 4 really important people in real life, we're going to mush them all into one guy. It's a little weird.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
Well, I guarantee, since it all takes place on an oil rig, there isn't a love interest.
Oh, good.
We'll
you
see.
know
She's
of.
back home, right? He's having trouble talking to her.
Yeah, right.
Because she's all home worried. Oh no.
Yes, I think that is the case. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that trope. It's in this movie.
I'm just
in every movie.
referring to the unexplainable thing in like Armageddon and this movie Transformers, where you have.
Well, it's the animal cracker connection. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Yeah.
I think what we're not seeing is that the guy has something in particular that we're not seeing, but the woman finds out about it. Like he's got, I don't know, money or something. I don't know what he's got.
All right, he's got whatever it takes, man.
he's got that drill bit from that Micronauts that it was talking about.
Drill bit Taylor. Check this out. This is a great line, or this is somebody I like.
You want to lay the fate of the world on the kid's Camaro? That's cool.
I mean, we haven't played him yet, but I love Turturro's great, man. He's just great.
He is great.
Turturro's great. It's fantastic.
Love him. All right. Oh, this is a very personal thing to ask.
You must push the cube into my chest.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well, weirdo. Chest.
Yeah. All right. Now this bit still gets me. I'm going to pause. Sorry, people watching YouTube audio, because this will get me. This will get the video banned, and I don't want you to not see this. So I'm going to pause this part because there's a little bit of music here. Won't affect the podcast. So here,
guys.
That's right. We are
Rerot Root.
Rerot Root. I don't know why it is. I like that Linkin Park song. It's a perfect little juxtaposition. It's very Michael Bay. I love. Look, I know it's cheese, but everything Optimus Prime says to me, it's almost like gospel. I just love it.
Sure.
Yeah. I love walking out of the theater all jacked up. That's always a great way to end a movie. It's you walk out on a high.
Yeah. That final scene understood the assignment. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, that's all well and good. How about these? Why, it's the Film Sack checklist. Not enough robots? Check. Too much human stuff? Check. The mom is really funny? Check.
Yeah.
I feel like those are all correct. Star Trek connections. We got to have some. There's just too many cool actors in this not to be Star Trek connecty. So, Randy, what do we got?
There's too many connections to talk about. And I'm going to just pare it down. Like every time we see a Kurtzman and Orsi movie, we're talking about Alex Kurtzman, Roberto Orsi wrote, 3 Star Trek movies. I think it's Kurtzman who keeps coming back to produce Star Trek properties.
Yeah, he's in charge of the whole. Basically, he's in charge of the franchise now. Just everything goes through him.
Among the actors, I'll just call out 3. Robert Foxworth did the voice of Ratchet in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was Admiral Layton in an episode of Deep Space Nine.
Nice.
Jess Harnell Jess Harnell was Ironhide and Barricade.
Twice as nice.
I'm trying to Harnell. That's a name.
Do you want us to answer that?
Voice of Ironhide and Barricade in this movie was also a character in an episode of Lower Decks. But our big winner this week, ding, 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 is your Civ 5 narrator, William Morgan Shepard, as Captain Witwicky in the flashback of this movie. This guy is all over Star Trek.
Yeah.
He was in an episode of The Next Generation. He was in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. He was in an episode of Voyager, and then he was in the Orsi and Kurtzman written first movie, Star Trek 2009. He was the Vulcan science minister in that movie.
Oh, my. Yeah, dude's been around. I mean, he died at 86, just 5 years ago. He's awesome. If you haven't heard, just like his readings from Civ 5, stuff is addicting almost. It's like ASMR for old people voices. Anyway.
For old people voices.
Well done on that. Let's get moving on down to the soundtrack grade. I give it a TRCWISB for The Rock Called and Wants Its soundtrack back. That doesn't mean it's bad. All right. It's good, but it sounds like The Rock.
It's just derivative.
Yeah. And The Rock was Zimmer, I think. Yeah, it was. But these guys all share the same drugs.
The same drugs.
They all share the same Chihuahua drugs. Mm-hmm.
Jablonski's still cranking out scores. Like we saw him. He scored Battleship when we watched that. He's like got a bunch of relatively new movies that I've been wondering about. The last movie of his that I watched was Spencer Confidential. About 4 years ago.
Another Marky Mark.
Marky Mark movie straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
Did we decide in our special episode whether that's a thing, straight to Netflix? Or
I would be fine with that. We've done that. We've done that before with because they're not straight to video anymore, straight to Netflix. Yeah. Sure.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Right? Because Spencer Confidential is a movie. It's a full-fledged freaking movie. And you could have sent it to theaters, but it was 2020 and theaters were all closed.
Yeah. That one probably would have, in a different time, that would have been a theatrical release, I'll bet. That the pandemic time of what movies went home first and stuff, it's all messed up. Like 3 Pixar movies in a row went home straight. Like, that's weird. They've never done that before.
Yeah. Home straight.
Here is here's the social media post, y'all, where the three of you get to sum this movie up in 280 characters or less.
I love foovies.
Oh, foovies are great. That's where you get
Maria
food.
Menounos' foovie intros at AMC theaters are just great.
Yeah, her sense of humor, top-notch stuff.
Oh, and her laugh, can't get enough of.
No, it's always amazing. Anyway, we're being sarcastic if it wasn't obvious. Let's jump over to Randy, who will now give us his 280 character or less summation of the film Transformers.
Armageddon 2. The threat came from the heavens above. I saw a girl and fell in love. She didn't like me much at first, but I soon subtly coerced her with my oddball funny ways. Just kidding. I've got schlong for days.
Oh, jeez. Furious schlong. All right, nicely done. Dunaway, your turn.
Transformers 2007, Urit Rotrut. Not a single GoBot. More like Michael Bayhem.
Michael Bayhem. That can't be the first time that's been said, is it? Because that's really...
No,
I'm sure it isn't.
Watch the behind the scenes on any of these Blu-rays.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's everywhere.
Talk about Bayhem.
All right.
Bayhem.
All right. Do we have, before we get to you, it's the three of us, or the four of us have a favorite Michael Bay movie? We may have done this before. I say The Rock. Does anyone else have a...
Armageddon for me.
Armageddon for you.
Down.
What do you say, Eb? Or what do you say, Dunaway?
It's really hard to say anything other than Armageddon. I don't know. I can say anything else. I don't know.
Randy?
I mean, yes, I watched Armageddon just last night. Immediately after watching this movie, I just feel like it's perfect. I know
movie.
People love to rag on Armageddon for the overall plot idea, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're actually watching it, that melts away. It's completely gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that weird Turtles movie just to be different.
Okay, there. Well, I think I don't think he directed it. He just produced it, so that doesn't count, I don't think he directed it. Okay.
Don't tell me what
nobody
doesn't
picked
count.
Pain and Gain. Okay.
No Pain and Gain.
Okay.
You know what? That's a
about
really underrated movie.
Still haven't seen
Some
it.
Bad Boys,
I
maybe?
haven't seen it.
Some Bad Boys, maybe?
Bad Boys is still also underrated. I think 2 is especially excellent, and I also really like the Island.
The Bad Boys movies are perfectly rated.
Yeah.
Perfectly rated, right rated.
I like the Island. I'll put that in there for consideration.
I forget about the Island. That's a good choice.
Yeah, we had fun with that on here too.
No one ever claims Pearl Harbor is their favorite, and we
It's still good, though.
We
No.
talked
It's
about
really
it.
good. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
solid.
there's moments where I'm like, this is so good,
Mm.
and I feel like that's one of those that, like, if you go back and re-rate things, it might rise.
Re-rate.
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 I love it. I didn't know he produced this Quiet Place Day One thing. That's cool.
Oh,
Production.
Yeah, he does a lot of production.
That's what they do, and they get
nowadays.
rich. They just start producing stuff like crazy.
Just typical rich people.
Yeah, that's what you do. All right, Brian, we need to get to your summation. It's
Shoot,
Brian
I was
Ibbett, everybody.
Transformers. Launch Microsoft Word. File menu, open, template. Select Michael Bay disaster film. Format menu, search and replace. Replace all instances of imminent threat with giant robot. Export, upload.
Brilliant.
Giant ATM, roll out.
Oh, my Lord.
Roll out.
Kind of nailed it.
GoBots. I mean, roll out.
Yeah.
So
roll out.
I can't get over how many things were flat copy pasted from Armageddon. And like the thing I called out is it's just mind blowing to me. If you watch these 2 movies in a row, driving your awesome clean car up under that tree, and he also likes he really likes the Griffith Observatory. He uses that a lot, and he really likes the underpasses in Long Beach where like I guess we saw the riot scene from Scarface. Like he just wow, oh my gosh, this is the same shot. We're saying you will see over and over. The Island has the same car chase sequence as this movie.
Is it this one or one? Well, one of the Transformers movies, literally, it's lifted footage from the Island, and it got in trouble for that, or not? It was controversial or whatever. But I can't remember which one it was. I'm sure it's one I haven't seen, but that would be an interesting thing to just see because that does seem kind of cheap. Like, come on, man! Like,
yeah.
There's things that Michael Bay think look really cool, and he's just gonna reuse them.
Yeah, he has his signatures like most directors, but I don't know. He's such a hit and miss for me. All right, well done, everyone. Let's.
I'm always a big fan of directors who got their start in music videos. It always seems to speak to me.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, and Got Milk commercials. Remember he used to do those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a long time ago. Aaron Burr. I just got handed this list. These are almost the titles. You'll love this one, Dunaway. It was almost called Still Cooler Than GoBots. I put that in yesterday, so that's not today. Or No to the 100th Power. That's just about the title. Let's get to the emails and feedbacks of various kinds. First, an email from a listener who sent his in to filmsack@gmail.com. This is from Grandmaster Jarf. That is his real name.
Ooh.
Morning,
Snarf?
boys. Yep,
Oh,
Snarf. He says, morning, boys. I just got done listening to the Soundtrack Movie Roundtable, and I wanted to say, good job as always. However, I do believe you forgot one of the greatest soundtrack movies of the 80s, Transformers the Movie from 1986. I always think it's 87. Yeah. Greatest metal/rock soundtrack of the 80s. Keep up the good work, Grandmaster Jarf.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, they if the service you listen to doesn't have it in its official form, there are tons of playlists that break all the songs out, and it is very good. There's a lot of great stuff in there.
And I feel like we did mention it, but I mean, we may not have mentioned it, but it's an example of that wasn't really a thing at that time. Like there weren't a bunch of kids running around with a cassette of this soundtrack. It just wasn't a thing quite yet. And movies started doing it, and they started doing it a lot, like a year after this movie came out.
Yeah, that sounds right. I feel like I played my Back to the Future soundtrack to death. Just to death back in 85.
Also we all agree that The Touch by Stan Bush is awful, right? We all agree? That's an awful song.
Touch. Oh, it's terrible. That's the worst one on there. Yeah.
Okay.
You got
terrible
the power.
Or
yeah.
Great because appropriate.
Great covers out there of that song.
Oh my gosh, I want to hear some now. What did you have a recommendation, like the best cover of?
I'm trying to remember the name of the guy. Anelio, John Anelio came to Nerdtacular and performed that.
Oh.
Oh, right. He did kind of a quiet, acoustic-y sounding
An
version.
acoustic version, yeah.
I forgot about that. I had that video somewhere. It's on the disc we
Uh-huh.
made.
Sexy.
All right, let's get to a text as well. This is 801-471-0462. It's some corrections. And no name on this one. They say for Film Sack, heavy metal is British. Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, etc. The U.S. adopted it. Also, both French restaurants Randy mentioned are named for non-French things. Chopin, he says Chopin was Polish. Milan is in Italy. That's it.
What do we call angry corrections?
I know,
we
dude.
usually have corrections, but those are very angry corrections. I love it.
His name's not Bob. His name's not Bob Pedersen, though. Funny enough,
it's not
he's
Bob.
He's an expensive hotel room. That one.
Yeah, this is
And
hotel room you pay for. Yeah.
Did we say heavy metal music was?
We said that I think we made some, and it may have been mostly me on the heavy metal thing. You know, kind of acting like it was picked up around the world after us,
right?
And then I think we were talking about that heavy metal act from the Olympics, what are they, Gojira or whatever?
Oh yeah,
I think that was the conversation. I could be wrong. And then,
oh yeah, that I do remember us talking about.
Yeah, it was brief, but I think I overassumed that, and of course, you know, it's more diverse than that. But I didn't know about the non-French things. The Chopin,
dude, CHAUDPAIN. Those are French words for hot bread.
Oh, well, he says, I think he maybe means Chopin like the Polish.
I'm sure he heard the composer, but
yeah,
Chopin, CHAUDPAIN.
And Milan is in Italy, but what was your word?
Chopin.
Was Milan different than, or was it Milane, Milano, Miliano?
Milanos. Where every time you say Milano, I can't help it.
Yeah.
Milanos.
Yeah, Milanos, man.
The cookie.
Yes, of course.
Ibit doesn't like them. Ibit's all like, I don't like Milano.
I love Milanos. They're just expensive.
Oh, are you? Okay, then who am I thinking about? Oh,
I don't know.
Right, you're bitching about the price of them, maybe.
Bitching, yeah.
Probably, I easily could have, because there's the Pepperidge Farm cookies, one of the best, but damn expensive. It's like, oh great,
that's what I like about them, because
$6
it
for 4 cookies in a bag.
Yeah, it slows me down. I appreciate them making it expensive.
How does it slow you down?
Oreo, because I can eat a whole sleeve of Oreos and go, I still got 2 more sleeves, and they're super cheap. Whereas Milano's are expensive, and it's hard to get fat off those because it's too expensive.
Because it's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, you only buy one bag and you're done, or one sleeve or whatever.
Right.
Just
can't afford any other
week,
food, so you lose weight.
Yeah.
Just this week, a big part of the discourse is how Crumble Cookies, which now has 980 stores,
Does it really?
is destined to fail.
Because they take over, they're like the Spirit Halloween of cookie stores. They take over vacant hair places and video stores, and
I think
I'm glad that America introduced the world to cookies, so that's awesome.
Right?
I think we may be responsible for this. I think it came from
Crumble,
Utah.
from Crumble Cookies.
Yeah, because they're, I think, yep, there it is. Crumble's first store, Logan, Utah, 2017. While he was still a student, the guy that founded the place. Now they're outrageously everywhere.
Is anybody still big into soft baked cookies? I actually like those stupid soft baked cookies that they sell, the mass produced ones, not real.
Like the grandma ones, the pink ones. You mean those? The pink?
I'm talking about the ones that are still
ones
at the
you
store.
prepackaged, soft batch,
yeah,
whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
those
know
are,
it's made with some kind
anymore.
of chemical
No.
that I shouldn't want to.
Oh, absolutely, but they're great, right? They're very good.
I love them.
Yeah, I like the grandma's ones with the pink frosting. I know those will kill you, but I like
those
them.
are good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're so sugar. Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. It's like grandma's covered in sugar and you're licking her face. That's what they're
Mine are,
you say it's like grandma's covered in sugar?
Yeah,
that's exactly what he
That's
said.
exactly what I said.
My go-to is
shame in here.
the Pepperidge Farm Montauk cookie.
Oh, those are good. Is that the one with all the nuts and the chips and all that? Is that the right one?
Only just chocolate chips. It's a cookie with chocolate chips, and it's soft, and it's from Pepperidge Farm, so there's only like 1.5 cookies in the whole bag.
Yes, thank you, Pepperidge Farm.
I'd love to see comparison between Pepperidge Farm cookies and Girl Scout cookies. The dollar to ounce ratio. How much you're paying per ounce of cookie?
I love every time I say that I love Girl Scout cookies. There's always somebody on social media that has to tell me how they were stolen from somebody else, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I still
really?
Is that true? Weird. Why would they?
I don't.
Why did
it
they
always
tell you
seems
that?
like somebody's mad about it. We're like, I love Girl Scout cookies. It's like, I can't we do Girl Scout cookies?
Really? I've never heard that before.
Anything? Can I enjoy just one thing? please.
No, I have things like that too. That we're just like, no, I know. They're made in a sweatshop with the thing. Let me just wear these socks for a day and not talk about it, okay?
Right. I mean, they're not made out of
We
actual
can't all-
Girl Scouts, so
we
I'm not
can't all
worried.
afford Bombas. Come on.
Right.
Oh, I do like their socks though.
I do too.
They used
but
to
they're expensive.
They used to do ads for the Instance, and they would send me pairs, and I was like, "Oh, these are great!" And even when they leave, I'll get more. And then I went and looked and went, "These are more money than those special cookies Brian likes, and I will not be buying these socks. They're very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good though. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Awesome socks, but you better be rich. All right." That's their ad. That's the ad read I used to do. They're great socks, but you better be rich. All right.
Why didn't they renew? Huh.
Let's move on to the Patreon stuff here. Patreon.com/filmsack. We got 3 brand new folks this week. Some that I know the names of. Well, one in particular, Benjin006 has started supporting us on Facebook. Seen him, or Facebook, sorry, FilmSack's Patreon.
Yeah.
Seen that dude for years and years and years. So it's really nice to have him around. Also, Mark Hadley and Mike Bullinger are all joining us. A couple of M names. And if you want to be like these 3 fine gentlemen, please sign up today. And join many wonderful human beings who have joined us over at patreon.com/filmsack. You'll get no commercials. You'll get pre-show content every week, monthly host specials. Got one coming from Ibit this month, I think.
That's right. Yep. I got August.
I'm excited. His are always great. Also, movie-related art prints from me in the mail, other cool things. So please do check it out. That's over at patreon.com/filmsack. Our next movie will be, I have no idea.
Jackie Chan's Police Story.
Oh,
nice.
Ooh, we haven't seen Police Story. What?
We have not.
Okay.
No, we saw Super Cop.
I thought we
Okay.
had.
Yep.
Why did I think we had?
I know. I've seen Police Story.
It is Super
Cop,
Cop, isn't
great.
it? It's Super Cop I'm thinking of for sure. Yeah, there it
probably
is.
so.
All right. Well, we haven't had Chan in a while. Also, I assume this is dubbed. Is it dubbed? I hope so.
This is young.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're finishing out our hot action movie summer with a string of action movies, and this one feels the most different from the previous one that we've done in a long time. Like Transformers back to Police Story. It's just so different. It's so old
different.
and small, you know?
1985 on this one's on Max, so yeah.
Ooh, Max. All right. Can you see if it's a dub or not on there? I hope it is.
Right
for
now,
audio.
everything I'm seeing looks dubbed.
Okay. Awesome.
No, wait a minute. Nope, it's not dubbed.
It's subbed?
It's subtitled.
Oh, that's bad for clips. I can't really do that. Well, let's see. Are you sure? You check the settings and it's all
scrubbing. I'm scrubbing now.
Check the language.
Maybe
settings.
there's a different version. Yeah, everything I'm seeing is unless there's a different version. I know I've watched the dub version. I definitely
have too.
Not watched.
I know I have.
I'm pretty sure I've
We could switch
never
to Police Story 2.
seen it. Is Police Story 2
Police
dubbed?
Story 2.
also on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Also
subbed?
subtitled.
What the heck? There's no dub on these? Come on.
Well, let me keep looking.
All right. You keep looking. I'll keep talking. How about that?
You keep going and I'll keep looking.
While Brian looks that up, I'll remind people you can go to filmsack.com. That's the website. Everything's there. You can also leave us reviews wherever you get your podcasts, and filmsack@gmail.com. Contact us there. You can also leave us voicemails and or emails. No, not emails. Texts at 801-471-0462. Dunaway, checking back in. Do you find it? Subs, dubs?
I am. YouTube has an excellent quality copy that is dubbed, or we could have a live film sack where we dub the film ourselves while watching the dialogue. What do you think about that?
Oh man,
perfect.
That
Love it.
sounds terrible. Okay, let's see. We got
That
Police
sounds like a
Story.
great idea.
85, right? Was the year? Let me just see if
85.
there's any other options here. Sub. Ah, poop. They're all subs. Police Story 3.
Yeah. Now there's the Criterion Collection. What do you want to bet that one's also not?
Don't know. Well, where would we get that though? We got to be able to stream this shit.
Let's see. Oh, well, they have a service, don't they? Don't they still have their
I don't
Criterion?
know.
Or did they shut that down?
I
They
thought
shut down their little.
somebody was merging with it. I don't remember what happened
Yeah.
there. Well, you know what? We'll figure it out. That's what you do. Keep your eyes on the prize. We'll let you know in the FilmSack Discord and anywhere else that we can if this changes. For now, think Police Story, but if it changes, we'll let you know. All right? We'll let you know. We assumed, I always assumed dub on Max, but I guess not.
I've definitely seen the dub version though.
I
would not have read.
Yeah,
it.
I know
I'm
it
sure of it.
exists. I know it exists. Has to. We'll try to figure it out. We'll let you know. But for now, that's what we're thinking. Police Story with Jackie Chan. That's it for us. Thanks for listening, for watching, or however you get the show, whatever it is. You're not really watching. You're just seeing a static image of Shia LaBeouf standing by a car, and that's fine. For me, for Brian, and for Randy.
No, it's just me, Prime.
We'll see you next time.
GoBots!
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
eBay.
eBay.